Okay. Poison up. Let me hit this thing. Alright. That should be good. Let me go back. Okay, that should be good. Alright, I think we are good to go. Alright, let me finish putting poison. And we'll pull anger. So I'm gonna bow down the first dude. 2 bow guys is a little unlucky. Usually only get 1, but that's alright. It just means I'm gonna have to use a couple extra band-aids really. So I'm gonna bow these 2 down. Here comes anger. At 55%, I'm gonna drop down. I don't want to get one shot by anger. Come on over, bud. We don't have enough time to kill this guy and jump up. Should have plenty. But we're gonna have to hit the jump, otherwise we're gonna have to sprint. Okay, we hit the jump. Alright, we'll kill this guy next. I usually try and lean, get close to the edge here so I have more range with the bow. And jump down. Alright, now I can bandage. Now we can blade flare these dudes and we'll be on track. But I don't think I had enough time to bandage last time, so I held on to it. Maybe I could have snuck it in, but in case I failed my jump, I would have been in trouble. Okay, so we're going to blade flurry. Should have targeted Angerforge so the combo points didn't go to waste, but whatever. Alright, I'm always just using my energy and then dropping down. He hits too hard to trade autos with, so just use your energy, get out, and you'll be good. 69%, I should be okay here to use my energy. I'm going to do 3 Sinisters, and then that's it. 1, 2, 3. So we did get whacked quite a bit, but we're okay for now. Well, I actually got this shot off. I usually don't get that shot off. All right, jump up. I'll come back. Shoot him a couple times, then I'll drop down and bandage. Yeah, I'm definitely too low to fight him here. Yeah, not going to greed for that last bow shot. No way I'm going to get it. Shoot him 2 more times. And then band-aid time. Yeah, 81%. We'll get the rupture and build back up to 5 combo points. Probably sit on it. Oops, screwed up my jump. Should have plenty of time though. So don't worry if you screw up your jump. Even if I failed it, I had 1 more try at the jump. If I failed it a 3rd time, then all you have to do is press sprint and then run along the path anger is right now. So sprint, run along the path. You'll get back here. Then you can drop down again, and you're back. So really safe, even if you screw up your jumps. So okay, we got walloped. I'm gonna drop down a little early. I maybe could have greeted for 1 more Sinister there. We're about halfway there to preparing him for the next phase. Okay, gonna shoot him a couple times, and then we're gonna do. I always mix in some of the lower bandage when I don't need as much health, just to save rune cloth, because you're gonna be using a lot of bandages. So I used a little bandage there. Hey, Kobe. All right, a couple more shots. We have enough health. We can actually go for. I think I'll go for another rupture. I think he's high enough health. Sinister, Sinister, Rupture, Sinister. Now, because of Relentless Strikes, every time you use a finisher, you can always get 1 more Sinister in. So even though you're trying to use all your energy and be done, you always can get one more Sinister in if you have Relentless Strikes talent. How do you feel about Shadowcraft 6-It? It's really good. And in doing some of these farms, I realize it just procs like crazy. The real issue is that I don't have enough hit yet. So I'm wondering if there's like a configuration I can use where, because I kind of have all the hit that you can get besides Shadowcraft, but I'm kind of wondering if you just have a ton of hit besides the Shadowcraft, I feel like it's going to be really good. Because when I'm attacking these lower level mobs, like these 55s, and I have a higher chance to hit them, it procs like crazy when I'm like clearing the trash before Angerforge here. So I definitely think there might be more potential with Shadowcraft with a lot of hit, but at the very least, it's pre-raid best in slot and it's really good. You're having problems with hit too. I wouldn't say I have a problem with hit. I still think I have plenty of hit. It's just Shadowcraft gets better with hit. So like if I had more hit, it would be really, really good. But if you're struggling with hit, I would try and get those Elven Rings from Dire Maul Tribute. I think we should be able to drop down. Oh, we crit. Okay, we should be okay. This is perfect for Hunter if he could get there. Yeah. I don't know if Hunter could burst fast enough though. Like this part, here we go. So this is the part where we have to do as much damage as possible. So I'm going to arrow, slice and dice, sinister, adrenaline rush, blade flurry, evasion, I'm going to potion, blood rage. Alright, we got a big eviscerate coming out here. Should be good. No Hodge. And then I just re-stealth. Don't even need to vanish. Alright, so there's the first kill. I didn't even need to use T there. We got lucky with procs. But yeah, I don't know if a hunter could even solo this Troy. I don't think they have the burst to kill him from 40%. Because I don't know if you saw, but all those ads came running in. But yeah, I've killed this guy so many times now. DBM has 70 recorded victories, so I have at least 70, but I think I've killed him a fair bit more without DBN on. But eventually we're going to get the Hodge, right? So it's pretty fun, though. It gets a little repetitive, but it's pretty challenging. So it's kind of fun to actually have like a challenging farm. When I did this, you did expose armor instead of slice and dice. Maybe depending on your spec, that might be worth it. Like if you have an improved expose armor. I feel like improved slice and dice is gonna be make it so that I definitely want to be slice and dicing with my 5 combo points. With those 70, you haven't gotten Hodge yet. Well, some of these kills I was in a group, so I think I've seen Hodge drop 4 to 5 times, and I've lost all the rolls. I have never seen it drop solo in my solo kills, and I've probably killed it solo maybe, I don't know, 30 times minimum, I'd guess. It might be a little high. Definitely more than 20. But yeah, in the 70 runs here, I don't know how many I did without DBM on. Maybe like another 20, 30. I've seen Hodge drop 4 or 5 times. What's your take on second Bis Trinket? Well, right now it is Black Hand's Breath, besides Hodge. But I don't know if you mean like if you don't have Hodge, what to get. I don't think I can one-shot this guy without CDs, and if I use my CDs, it's going to kind of screw things up, but I'll poke him a little bit. But he might be able to one-shot me if he's PvP spec. Yeah, now I'm going to die. Rip. I went for the backstab, a little greedy. Guys, I'm in trouble. These guys that bad? I was so dead. I was worried that I was gonna get stun locked, so I potted like a baby superior pot. But these guys kind of a little disappointed from the 2 rogues there. With 2 rogues, they couldn't burst me, and why did I get ruptured? But yeah. All right, you're at 92 kills, seen 2 of them. Rip. That's really unlucky. Do you still go 6 set Shadowcraft? Yep, I'm still using the 6 set Shadowcraft. Have not gotten any new raid pieces to make me want to change that. Still just have the two epics in the 8 slots that Shadowcraft occupies. Does anyone know what dagger you should use? Well, you should probably start with Shadowfoot Stabber in the main hand, and if you can afford it, Scarlet Chris in the offhand. This is the one. Now, if you want to try and farm for an offhand dagger, you could try and also get Bone Scraper, but those would be my recommendations. Pre-raid. Obviously, the raid daggers are really good. Got your random main hand last night. Pretty excited. Grats, man. How many runs did it take you to get the main hand? I've never seen it drop, but since I've been playing daggers, I have not farmed Ubers as much as most sword players. You wrote something earlier. Oh, I see. My bad. I missed it. Sorry, Cameron. Hey, I just got Perdition Blade last night. I have Gutgore Ripper, but I can't use that in raid. What dagger should you use in raid outside the dagger from Domo? I mean, I would tell you to use Gut Ripper. Most guilds allow you to use Gut Ripper. I have seen a few people say that you can't use the Gutgore Ripper, but I guess if you can't use Gutgore Ripper, use Scarlet Chris or Bone Scraper in the offhand. But yeah, I think you should be safe with Gutgore Ripper. There's 2 people in my guild now using Gutgore Ripper. A tank uses it, and I use Gutgore Ripper, and we haven't had any issues. Pretty much all the bosses in Molten Core are immune to the effect, so it doesn't even apply to them. So I think Gutgore Ripper is pretty safe, but I don't want to get you in trouble with your guild. 6 set bonus is way underrated. I think people are starting to I mean, if your guild tells you can't use it, I mean, I wouldn't try and upset them, but it doesn't. The bosses are actually immune to it. So the debuff that lowers all stats, a decent number of the bosses are immune to it. Maybe some of the bosses with ads, it might be an issue, but I've been using it so far, no issue. We've got two people using it with no issue. But yeah, at the end of the day, you got to listen to your guild, right? Yeah, Bone Scraper is still really good, but yeah, obviously Gutgore Ripper is going to be better in the offhand because it just hits way harder. Okay. Just kiting this dude out. I'm going to Band-Aid. He's kind of walloped me pretty hard so far. I just want to make sure I don't die to this guy. These destroyers are like surprisingly really tough, so you have to kite him out and stuff. Oh wow, that was bad. I was a little too slow on the gouge, so I got walloped. Might need to use a baby potion for this guy. I'm kind of worried about getting one shot. I might just baby potion just to be... Oh, no, he used his fireball. We should be good. Huh. He was in a stun. I don't know how he hit me there. At least we didn't die, but I don't know how he hit me when I kind of killed him during a stun, but whatever. Let me catch up here. Like 11... Tribal dropped once. 11 runs for your main hand. That's pretty good. Main hand just dropped with that one. You won over 2 rogues. Yeah, that's pretty lucky. I think it's a pretty low drop rate. Gut Ripper applies the debuff. How about All Cores in the offhand? All Cores is really good in the offhand. However, it's like barely better. Barely better than Bone Scraper. Barely better than Scarlet Chris. And it costs way more. So you can use All Core, but it's really expensive. Like, I wouldn't tell you to go buy it because it just costs a ton of gold. Yeah, cutting it close. Usually it's not that close. I thought I was really safe because the mob was stunned, but I was pretty certain I was going to kill him in the stun, and then he just kind of bopped me. Okay. Use a little baby potion on these guys. These guys are pretty tough. Make sure you kick the heal. Big eviscerate. Alright, this guy's finished off. How low is this guy? 50%. Usually if he's like closer to 30%, I'll try and kill the destroyer. But for now, I'll just vanish. I'll get him later. And I'll eat my Alter X Swiss. Yeah, very lucky. It's like a 4% drop. Yeah, I've seen the offhand a couple times. I actually have the offhand for Dalren. If he doesn't have Epic Gloves, go for DM Daggers plus 6 skill. That's actually a good point. That's a good point. I always forget about that because I have the gloves, and so I never have to worry about that. But yeah, the DM Dagger is better if you need... the DM Dagger is better only if you don't have the gloves. Yeah, I would go for the DM West Dagger, Cameron. Thanks for bringing that up, NOCB. Yeah, you want 310 weapon skills, a big damage boost. All right, double Dragoon, bad RNG, but whatever. These guys are tankier than the other ones. Okay, I'm gonna pull him down here and start killing him. 99 runs for Dalren main hand, rip. I hate doing Ubers too, unless you have a guild that's like constantly churning out runs for you. I feel like pugging Ubers is a nightmare. People just takes forever to get there. They're always trying to find like Jed, and that's always a nightmare. And then like people start getting locked out of the instance. I feel like farming Ubers is like awful. Well, our sap hasn't broken yet, so that's good. Our sap broke. Okay, this guy's running. Should get a backstab here. We should be okay. Blind bandage. All right, we're good. Double Dragoon can get a little sketchy. I was still holding a pot. I would have been safe with the pot. And sometimes you're able to kill him faster, but we ended up fine. Some guy tried to make me pass on the tribal charge. I lost a 5-person roll for main hand, which included 2 hunters. Yeah, it honestly is pretty annoying that hunters would even roll on that, because it's just like so good for rogues, and like for hunters, it's like, I think I was reading that it's like pre-raid best in slot for hunters only if you have like double agility enchant, which isn't even in the game. So they're like rolling on an item that is not even going to be good for them until like a different enchant comes in the game, and by then there's probably going to be something better they can get from like raid that they can get quicker. So it's pretty annoying. Luckily a Fury Warrior won it, so you wasn't upset. Yeah, well, if you're on human side, yeah. On horde side, I think most Fury Warriors should be going for the axes if you're orc. At least that's what I've heard. I don't play warrior, but are you gonna go ham in phase 2 for PvP gear? I am not. I'm not gonna be ranking. I just don't have the time. All right, I'm back. What is your opinion on players trying to reserve an item before every dungeon run? I think I'm gonna have to evasion this guy. Getting kind of wrecked. I'm not a huge fan of all the reserves and stuff. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I think with a couple dodges are gonna make this guy kind of tough. I don't know if we'll kill him. We might have to do the kiting. Okay, as soon as my evasion's over, I'm gonna start a band-aid. I'll catch up on chat in a second. I'm just trying not to die to this dude. Okay, this guy's dead. All right, so I'll show you what you can do. So right now we're kind of low, and we probably can't kill the Dragoon in a 1v1. But you can run around. So I'm gonna run all the way around, just like Angerforge does, and I'll be able to buy some time and bandage. I can either wait 40 seconds and vanish and then just reopen on the dude, or I can just wait and band-aid and then get him too. Okay, let me try and catch up. I was trying not to die there. What's your opinion on players trying to reserve an item before every dungeon run, even though other players of the same class could use it just as much as them? So basically with the reserves, I feel like it's fair to reserve an item if you're like a guild group and you're just pugging one guy. So for example, I wouldn't really be bothered if a full guild run is just looking for one DPS, the guild is trying to get someone an item, I have no issues with them reserving one item. However, it is pretty annoying when like just a random decides to reserve an item for no reason, right? They're not really, it's not like they're bringing 4 other guildies to the group. They just want the item and they don't want anyone else to get it. So I think that is kind of annoying, but I totally understand it if it's like a near full guild run that are only there to try and get someone something, that they reserve an item because they're providing the tank, the heals usually, stuff like that. So that's my I guess stance on it. Do we need a pot here? No, we're good. Can that ledge jump be done as a gnome? I can't say that I have ever been been a gnome and done this, but anyone else in the chat that's a gnome done this before? I don't know about gnome. It's just BM, but up to you to join or not. I feel like the recipe for subpar groups, since people get that more desperate for groups. I mean, that's the issue. Unless you like making your own Ubers group, most of the groups have reserves. And I mean, I understand why they would want to reserve it, because there's going to be 10 people in the group and like half of them are going to want the Dalrun main hand. So pretty much the Dalrun main hand is reserved constantly. That's because it's really hard to get. Okay. So I just like screwed up, but I'll show you what to do if you screw up. So try not to get dazed. I got dazed. So you can just vanish here. I was going to try and show you guys. If I didn't get dazed, if you screw up like that, you can just run along the ledge and then you'll reset everything. That's what I was trying to do, but then I failed another jump and got dazed. But whatever. I have vanish, so we're fine. And I don't even know how I screwed up there, but I screwed up really early in the fight, which is good. I refused to reserve an item. I ran strat, lost the cape 11 times, refused to reserve it. I think if you have like a guild group, I think it'd be fine to reserve it. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of just randomly reserving things. All right. Take 2 at Angerforge. And this time, so what actually happened to me is, for whatever reason, this gun, this reservist shot me from like a mile away, and so I actually wasn't in range. So I tried to creep forward to get in range to shoot him, and then I just ran off the ledge. So that's how I screwed up there. But you can always reset. Don't have Hodge yet. I'm trying, JC. I've killed Anger a lot of times, but still no Hodge. But today, maybe today's the day. Maybe today's the day. Okay, just be careful you don't get bopped. Yeah, I always jump early when there's all these ads, because Anger can just one-shot you out of nowhere. Okay, we got out. There's the jump. Oh, I keep hitting the jump too perfectly. If you hit the jump, I guess a little too well, they turn around and they'll come and hit you. So I'm trying to band-aid here. So I didn't want them to actually do that, but whatever. But now we're into the easy part of the fight. Just slowly work his health down. Again, just going to Sinister 3 times, run away. You don't want to fight him. If you have, if you kill him really slow, usually you can evasion here if it takes you 3.5 minutes to get his health down, depending on if you have the talent or not. It's only 3.5 if you have this talent, endurance. But I usually don't evasion. I find that I end up having to wait for it. So. Please don't kill me. I was trying to get the I was trying to get the rupture off, and he just bopped me. Angerforge hits so hard when he crits. And that's the thing, even if you were like super geared, all it takes is a couple crits from Angerforge and you're gonna have to reset, which kinda sucks. So I shouldn't have jumped up when I bandaged, by the way. It's not gonna cause any issues, but it is going to at the end of the day, it doesn't really do much. Might actually be faster this way. But yeah, just back in the Angerforge grind. Rupture, Sinister, Sinister. All right, we used up all our energy, jump down. Easy, easy. We got lucky that time, didn't really get hit, so we're going to be able to start attack him in a second. I'm curious if I should wait for the Sunder armor to drop. I feel like it's probably a good idea to wait for the Sunder to drop. Just save bandages. No reason not to. Oh, screwed up the jump. Screwed it up twice. But again, this is super safe, so if you screwed up like a million times, you're still not going to die. You can always just sprint to safety. Especially if you screw up at this phase when there's just Angerforge, you're really safe. If you screw up like I did before, I'm actually going to start playing it safe. I feel like I put myself in bad positions when I rupture here, and he gets a little too low, and I feel like things get awkward. What ranged weapon do you use for this run? I'm not using anything in particular. I think it's nice to have a fast one, so I am using Satyr Bow because it's really, really fast. But it was just the one I was using anyway. So I didn't like start using Satyr Bow just for this run, but I think a fast bow is going to be best. The faster it is, the easier it is to control getting anger down to really low life totals. Vile Poisons. I do not have that talent. Is this it? I do not use Vile Poisons. I'm just running a standard spec, raid spec. I'm not respecking for this. If you want to respec for it, you can go Riposte, and that helps a lot. How many runs have you done? Well, 70 confirmed by DBM. I think I've done a little more. Solo runs, maybe like 20 to 30 in there. Yeah, I just got crit, so I jumped down really early there. That honestly is a really unfortunate crit. That's going to mean I have to wait another minute. Thanks for the follow, Goes and X. But yeah, now I'm going to have to wait for another Band-Aid because I got crit there. So it's going to be another minute, unfortunately. But I'm going to bow Angerforge all the way down to... At this point, I don't attack him anymore because if you crit or apply poison, you can accidentally get him too low. So I just shoot him down to 44%. I think I should shoot him one more time. There's 42. So I leave him at 42. I shoot one more bow shot right as he's coming to me, and I'm starting the fight. But I'm going to leave him at 42% for when I go for it. And I should be fine on poisons here. Whoops, screwed up my jump. This is not a good time to screw up the jump, but we fixed it. Yeah, I still had plenty of time. But you can see I screw up the jump constantly. It doesn't really matter. You have plenty of time. Why not build a BRD farm group, run arena plus anger in 15 minutes? Because I do these runs in 15 minutes. Sold Catane, and I get this uncontested. Oh, I should have actually just killed him there. I was distracted. But yeah, we'll kill him right now. So I'm going to let him move a little forward. I'm going to jump up. I'm going to shoot one more bow shot. Slice and dice. Get a couple Sinisters. Blade Flurry. Adrenaline Rush right before the tick. Evasion. Baby Pot. Use my Orc Racial. I teed. Okay, and he's down. Hodge? Hodge, maybe? No Hodge. But yeah. Abuser. Well, Jackie, it's not too sketchy of a kill compared to some other stuff, but I'm not too worried about it because warlocks and druids and mages are constantly doing Dire Maul tribute runs, doing the same thing, and you've got people doing Meridon solos in the same way, so I don't mind. I didn't think they were going to be that efficient, but at the end of the day, it's still pretty fun to kill these. I am using Scarlet Chris in the offhand. Okay, I'm not in a rated group yet on my rogue, and my rogue is already a full clearing group trying to get me to pass on Sacred Charge. Huh? I'm not in a raid group yet on my rogue, and a rogue already in a full clearing group tried to get me to pass on Sacred Charge. Oh, I get it. Okay, yeah. So someone basically, you're not in a raiding guild, so they wanted you to pass on Sacred Charge. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, just need on that, and tell them to, yeah, tell them to go get a Brutality Blade, and you can use your Sacred Charge. But yeah, sold Catane. That's why I've been soloing it, because I've got a pretty good route down now, and it's actually more efficient than doing it with 2 people that need the item. So if I'm doing it with a rogue, if they need the Hodge too, it's not as efficient as soloing it. And if you're in like an arena anger run, I've never been in an arena anger run where I was the only one that needed it. So that's why I'm doing it solo. I think it's more fun too. Keeps it interesting. I was raiding with Rashblade and lost Purd to Warriors twice. Yeah, that really sucks. I keep hearing people losing Perditions to Warriors, and that really, really sucks. Because it's not even good for Warriors. Like, it's like an okay threat weapon, I guess, for tanks, but like, I don't know. I don't know if I really buy that. And it's so good for rogues. So good for rogues. It's definitely not good for Fury Warrior. So if it's a Fury Warrior that took it, that's a super feels bad, man. But yeah, a lot of the tanks have been taking the daggers, and it kind of sucks. Hey man, nice to catch you live. Love your vids. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Morphilin. Morphilian, I think. Morphilian. Oh, you got it last night, but it sucked the last couple times. Yeah, our guild has not seen a Perdition Blade yet, so still holding out for the Perdition Blade. Did you think they fixed that like Sunken Temple Farm? I don't know about the Sunken Temple Farm. All warriors are scum. Yeah, honestly, I think warriors are the new hunters. I've been saying this for a couple weeks now, but I think warriors are worse than hunters now. I think the warriors are usually the most diva-like class now, and they need on everything. That dork, it has dropped in non-solo runs, that dork guy, but I didn't win it. We got it 3 times in a row. I swear someone's messing with some numbers. Yeah, 3 Purds in a row. I mean, must be nice. We keep getting tier 2 hunter legs. We've had tier 2 hunter legs in every single rag kill. Every single one. And we only have 3 hunters. So every single hunter has tier 2 legs now, and we've disenchanted it twice. So it's pretty crazy. Warriors definitely worse than hunters now. Yep, I agree. Was teasing your Fury Warrior friend. All right, we're going to wait for this guy. Last night saying the same thing. How many attempts on Ani for Viscag? We have not seen a Viscag. I don't know how many Ani attempts we've done. We've killed Rag 5 times. We did Molten Core 6 times. Our first week, we didn't have enough people for with the Aquils or whatever. But I'm trying to count how many Anis that would be. All right, so if I've done 6 Molten Cores, probably like 8 or 9 Anis, and no Viscag yet. I don't need it, but I think I want the other rogues to get it. Unreal. Yeah, if your kidney gets parried, this guy is kind of annoying, because you kind of want to save your combo points for the kidney anyway. So I'm gonna be kind of playing like a scaredy cat against this guy because the kidney got parried. That's pretty bad. Based on raid weapons build right now, would swords or daggers be better DPS? I think it's going to be close, but I would say daggers because Perdition's Blade is out early, but I looked at a lot of the top Warcraft logs, and I still see they're really close, but I still see usually the sword rogue above the dagger rogue on, not always, but more than not. So I would say sword is probably still a little bit better in PvE if you have Viscag and Brutality Blade. I'm going to gouge this guy one more time just in case. I'm not sure if I had my DRs right. Okay. Ooh, we get an extra Shadowcraft proc. Okay. Hey Zadar. Hey Sant, how's it going, man? Hey, there's the fireball. Sick. Okay, I need to put on poisons now. Didn't really need him for that guy because he's immune, but These fire guards have trash hits. You always get hit 3 times in a row after stunning them. Yeah, it's super weird. Like in the last run I was just doing, I had the fire guard destroyer in a kidney shot and then killed him, and then he just like randomly hits me twice. Got your last piece of PvP gear ready for phase 2. Nice, man. I still, how much gold am I at? I have my epic mount now. I've got, where is it? Horn of the Swift Timberwolf. But I still need probably maybe like 10, 15 more gold, and then I'll buy the Shadow Reflector. Iwabu, I'm multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube. And more YouTube people have showed up so far, so that's why. But if you guys want to come to Twitch, I will eventually just be on Twitch. But, okay, Killing It says, would you say Rogue should go for Shadowcraft over wearing Tier 1, Tier 2 raid? Nope. I think the tier gear is way better than Shadowcraft. I am only planning to use Shadowcraft pre-raid. Especially like the tier gear has great survivability as well, resistances, stamina. Uh-oh. Should we just vanish, honestly? Kind of not sure here. I'll just pop a major, whatever. Basically, I got really unlucky there. I got double bopped by crits, so I might have to vanish here. Whew. Got a little too close. Yeah, it's usually not this close, and I had to use a potion, but I think we just got crit a bunch of times right out of the gate. Yeah, the Dragoon and the Destroyer just crit me right away. So it got a little sketch there, but whatever. Okay, hey Zatar, how much gold do you make from farming this? I do not make that much gold farming this. Maybe 20 gold an hour. But I'm doing it for the Hand of Justice, which I still don't have. For the record, it's Shadowcraft 6-piece. If you just have 2 or 3, then Devil Sword's better. Yep. The individual pieces of Shadowcraft aren't amazing. The head is good, and there's one other item. The shoulders are good as well. But besides that, the rest of the pieces are a little behind what you can get if you don't use Shadowcraft. Oh, thanks for the follows, guys. Thanks. We have Raymond, RJ, and Jake Van. Thanks for the follows, guys. Well, I'm just curious, because looking at logs, I see these other rogues still wearing Shadowcraft over Tier 1, Tier 2 for any... I looked at the top of Warcraft logs. If you look at just the top raiding guilds, I have not seen them doing that over raiding gear. And also, in my testing, I do not think that it's going to be better to use Shadowcraft over the raid gear, especially because, I mean, the stamina, the resistance. There's going to be situations where you live because of the defensives of the raid gear, whereas you would have just died if you had Shadowcraft. All right, I'm going to blind this guy and bandage. Is it worth breaking Devil Set for it? Yes, I think so, for Shadowcraft 6 set, yeah. The boots are barely worse. Yeah, the boots are good. But the bracers, the chest, and they're in the legs and the hands versus Devil Sword, there's a pretty big drop-off. All right, thanks for the follows, guys. FPS Glenn and Patrick Nelson. Appreciate it, guys. Hello, which build do you use right now? I'm using a Combat Dagger raiding build, but I would not recommend it for farming Angerforge. This is not like a specific build to farm Angerforge. This is probably one of the worst builds you could use to farm Angerforge. Jeezel. Did he just crit me 3 times in a row? If he crits me one more time, I might die. Okay, good. I knew as soon as I got him running I was safe, but I was afraid he might just auto me. Alright, we are just about ready for Anger. I think the fact that daggers are so much better for PvP makes the small difference in numbers for raiding disappear. Yeah, I really think it's not that big of a difference between swords and daggers. Like, it's really minuscule. And for example, I'm not getting like out DPS'd in raid by other sword rogues. So I think individual play can make up for any of that too. This is the run, you think so? All right, I'm gonna evasion here. Start beating down on this guy. I'm gonna Blade Flurry. I'm not gonna actually try and Blade Flurry these two down because they hit pretty hard. And without cooldowns, I might get a little sketchy. But we've worked this guy down. Now I'm going to start stunning him and stuff. You should do a video on how to solo Ember Strife for this seal quest. That is, I could do that. I feel like that one's less repeatable. Like, people are going to be like, oh, cool. And then they're going to do it once. And then it's like, oh, okay. Okay, this guy's dead. Where's this guy at for sap? Alright, we're a little low. We might need to potion. We might need to stall. But I can show you, if it gets sketchy, I can show you what you can do. I did it last run too. Okay. But yeah, Ember Strife, I think I just two-manned him for the... Isn't it for the attunement? I haven't done the seal quest. I don't have the Uber's key. So I don't know about that one. But I thought you had to kill him for the... No, I helped someone else do it. Oh yeah, so I two-manned it. I know what you're talking about, yeah. That is the right quest. You had it right. It's for the seal quest that you kill him. But yeah, I helped someone do that as a duo. I definitely think it's easily soloable because you can kite him and you can stun him. So, but I don't know how useful it would be to know how to solo Ember Strife because you only kill him once ever, right? But maybe I'll do one. It's like 100% hit chance from behind with 9% hit for white damage. It is not. It is not. You need 25% hit chance for your white hits to never miss in raid. Uh-oh. I think we should be okay. I'm just making some space to make sure the advantage doesn't fail. I don't know what I did, but I just lunged into them. Haven't done that one before. Good thing we had vanish up. Otherwise, I would have had to kite for a while. I could have killed them though. I just would have had to run around and waste a lot of bandages. Oh, so I'm a dagger rogue. Was it worth breaking Devil Sword set for H-Core leather gloves? Yes. Also, do raid bosses have an inherent miss chance? Seems like our rogues are missing roughly 5% with 9% plus hit. Your abilities can be dodged still. There's like a roughly 5% chance to be dodged on raid bosses. So that's what you're seeing killing it. They are getting dodged. And hit chance does not remove dodge chance. So there's nothing you can do about that. You're going to get dodged occasionally by the raid boss. Is this the run, guys? No, no gunners this time. All melee. Is that a sign? Alright, Blade Flurry. Just start melting these guys down. Uh-oh. Oh, I almost died. Yeah, if you get crit by anger, it's a little... This has happened to me before, too. I gotta be quick. I've gotten disconnected on that jump before. I just got disconnected, by the way, guys, if you didn't see. I hope I don't die here. I'm getting ready to jump. That'd be really unfortunate if I died because of a disconnect. Rip. Unlucky. Well, I guess we have to run back. Man, I'm sad. I just died to a disconnect? Give me a break. This is a long run back too. Sorry if I'm asking. No, feel free to ask as many questions as you want, killing it. Sorry if I'm asking too many questions. By the way, as I said, I'm new to WoW. Only played 3 months of retail. I just like to be good at what I do, so I talk to people. Yeah, no problem. You've been getting disconnected a lot too, yeah? Right, yeah, this is the run. This is the run still. It's just I had to prove my worthiness, I guess, with the run back, and then we'll get the Hand of Justice. But yeah, that was pretty unlucky. The only time I ever die in this run now, there's like 2 situations. So I don't get crit out of nowhere by Angerforge anymore and die because I play it really safe. The only times I ever die is if I am attacking Angerforge in like the final phase, and I'm bursting him down, and he crits me twice. Sometimes I die risking it to kill him if it's really close. Sometimes I just vanish. But that's the only time I die to him. That, or disconnects, or if my sap breaks after 10 seconds. So those are the only 3 ways I die now, is if a sap breaks really early and I don't have space to try and outmaneuver them, or if Anger just crits me too many times in the final phase. But besides that, they've been pretty clean runs up until the disconnect. Hello, Farid. Right now I'm leveling a rogue, pretty new to classic. Is there a hybrid PvP, PvE using daggers? Yeah, you can check out my YouTube channel for a hybrid build if you want to do both. It's not going to be great raid damage, but you basically can go up to Blade Flurry. You'll get improved backstab. You'll get dual wield spec, and then you'll go daggers for prep, and you get ambush and opportunity. So it's good for PvP. It's not the absolute best PvP spec. It's not the absolute best raid spec, but it's kind of a good happy medium. That way you can do dungeons and stuff and DPS. But that's what I did when I first hit 60. Saved so much money with this WoW sub though. Less going out, etc. Yeah, that's funny. Feels bad. I had to stop your WoW subscription. Car is priority. Yeah, that sucks, man. My raid leader said that he doesn't know anything about Gut Ripper and that I should talk to our rogues. How do you approach this question? Well, I mean, I would just, if no one really cares, I would just use it until it's an issue, which I don't think it will be an issue, but if you're worried, you can carry a backup dagger, but I've been using Gut Ripper in every raid since I got it. And we also have a tank in the guild that uses Gut Ripper, no issues. Most enemies are immune to it in the first place. PvE daggers isn't bad for a PvP anyway, compared to swords. I think it still kind of sucks. PvE spec, you just can't hold a stun lock. So like, if you're playing PvE daggers, you can kill noobs, but like any competent opponent, you can't hold them in stun lock. Like it's like almost impossible to kill a warlock in PvE spec. It's like impossible to kill a shadow priest. Like you're not gonna really do much in PvE spec. Rogue is one of those classes where if you're the wrong spec, like if you're raiding as PvP, you're going to do no damage. If you're doing PvP as a raiding spec, you're going to really struggle. It just kind of sucks that that's the way Rogue is. What's the best way to get gold as a Rogue? Some people do coffer runs where they buy these like relic coffer keys and they go open them in the vault in Blackrock Depths. I had been making my gold from Razorfin Down's disenchant runs, where you just stealth to the bosses, kill them all, disenchant the blues. And then the other thing, people just do pickpocket runs as well in BRD. So those are like the ways. I think people also do mining. Is it in Silithus or is it Winterspring? I can't remember where people do the mining, but there's some like place with elites that people mine they were telling me about. Okay, rip. Yeah, we'll try this again and hopefully we don't disconnect. All right, I can do the jump. I believe in myself. I actually just screwed it up 3 times in a row. Boom, there we go. And we're good. Yeah, Silithus, yep. The Silithus mining, that's what I thought, yeah. Well, those 2 classes are extremely rogue for rogues in any spec. Well, like, if you have all your cooldowns, you can beat these classes in PvP spec. Like a hunter, for example, you're probably just going to get destroyed if you're playing PvE spec. I feel like if you're playing a raid spec, you're just going to die to anyone who's competent because they're going to CC you, and then you're just going to die, and you don't have prep, you don't have burst with cold blood, there's a lot of things you don't have. Actually, I kind of jumped down because Angerforge, for whatever reason, I don't know why he ended up in the front. That's going to be kind of awkward to kill these guys. But we'll see. Okay. I've been doing BRD pickpocket runs, killing Guzzler. However, you just switch to mining. Yeah, you should try that Silithus mining spot. People say it's a ton of money. Yeah, whatever. I usually don't evasion here, but I'm going to evasion because Angerforge is in a really bad spot. So, I'm going to evasion a little bit. Should be safe a little bit longer. Okay, get me out. But yeah, I usually don't evasion here, but because for whatever reason Angerforge is at the front, it probably would have taken me forever to rearrange them and everything. So I just went ahead and evasioned here. If we're probably going to take like about 3.5 minutes to get his health down anyway, so it shouldn't be an issue. But Seal Fate is only viable PvE, PvP spec, but you need AQ40 gear. Yep, it's good in both. But yeah, you do need really good gear to get Seal Fate working. Okay. We should be good to fight Anger now. Unless you skin Devil Sores. Honestly, I didn't think Devil Sores were that good. I went out there and I feel like Devil Sores are pretty inconsistent. I wasn't getting that much PvP out there. I just got bored out there, to be honest. What is the add-on that lets you move the character portraits? It comes with Classic. You just have to right-click and hit Move Frame. It's not an add-on. Make 70 to 90 gold an hour doing skinning Devil Sores. Yeah, that's really good. I only made like 60 doing Razorfin Downs. But that one has like 0 variables and stuff, and I can do it whenever. But yeah, that's pretty good. 250 a day doing Silithus routes, easy. Yeah, I've heard that's like the big money. The big money for rogues. We actually got a lot of dodges here. That was good. Good luck there on Angry Kill. Or fight there. But shoot him. Got your epic mount in like a week or so, doing it like 2 hours a day. It's pretty good. I'm tired, don't judge your English. I'm not judging your English. I'm trying to understand it. I think I got what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, you're doing pickpockets for 60 G an hour. Yep, I've heard that's... I didn't do that much. I thought pickpocketing was really boring, so I stopped doing it. Why not just get some people from your raid to help you get Hodge? Well, I mean, I was doing runs with people, duos and stuff, but not a lot of people are on this early in my guild. The guild's probably dead at the moment. Yeah, there's only 14 people online. Most of them don't get up that early. Phew, we actually got a lot of crits. That's super dangerous. I'm really lucky he didn't cry for help there. I got a lot of poison procs and a lot of crits, so I'm really actually fortunate that he didn't just summon, because he summons at like 40 to 41%, so he is really close to summoning. So I actually got a little greedy there, and I should have been more careful. Got a Mooncloth bag pattern out of a junk box. Other than that, pickpocketing wasn't great for you. Yeah, you have to kill the bosses, and you have to reset the instance. So the pickpocket runs, you do have to kill the bosses even to make money, even though you are mainly pickpocketing. Let me make sure. Okay, jump up. Bandage, and then we're going to kill Anger here. Sup, did the cheap shot macro work? I actually thought about using it. I have literally been doing only Angerforge runs, so I have not actually cheap shot anything yet, Carl. But I will try it. I did make the macro, and it's in my macro book. Alright. Let's kill this guy here. Okay. Uh-oh. Not looking good, guys. The crits. Okay. Hodge? Hodge time? Hodge? That's not Hodge. That's not Hodge. Rip. Okay, let me catch up on anything I missed. Farmed Guzzler so many times and sold jumper cables. Someone whispered that they're going to report you. Yeah, I had like 2-3 sets of jumper cables when I was farming my Barman Shanker. Which is the best weapon for rogues? Crusader in the offhand, striking in the main hand, 4 daggers. But if you're running combat swords, you want Crusader on both. And I think you asked to see my gear. Who was it? Ibrahim asked to see the gear. I'm running 6 set Shadowcraft. I have 4 epics now. Bloodfang Hood, Aged Core Leather Gloves, I've got a Nixia Tooth Pendant, and then I got Gore River. And then I'm using Satyr Bow, Scarlet Chris. Eventually we're going to put Hodge here. Blackhand Breath, and then the Elven Rings. And then the cloak is the Gargoyle Cape. So that's what I'm using, Ibrahim. Show your build. I'm just doing standard. All this stuff is in the description, by the way, guys. Gear and build, but it's combat daggers. It's not a good build for this. Do not respect this if you are soloing Angerforge. This is just my rating spec. I didn't want to spend a bunch of gold to respec just to do this. So, because I have to kill an Ixia Tuesday anyway, and I need him in raid spec, so I am not respecking for it. But if you do want to respec just for this, go for Riposte, go for Combat Swords. It's going to be even easier. Heartseeker better for raid than Shanker. Yeah, it's a little bit better, yeah. It's a lot more expensive, though. Is 6 set better than using purples? No. If I had more purples, I would use them. I would maybe wait until I get a couple more. Like at this point, if I get 1 more purple, I'll probably keep Shadowcraft. But if I get 2 more purples and they're good ones, I would probably go 4 set Shadowcraft, 2 epics. And then definitely once I have 3 to 4 more epics, it's a done deal, right? I definitely want to swap out. What gives you the most gold in those? Let me see. I don't know what you mean there. Heartseeker is pre-raid Bis, but it's really expensive. Yep. It is. I didn't end up using it. It's not even super amazing, and it's because it's 1.7 speed, so it's not even that slow. So it's really not that much better than Barman Shanker for raid damage. But yeah, Fell Striker is better, but Fell Striker, good luck getting that. Good luck getting a Fell Striker. So is it safe to backstab Ani in raids? Aren't you supposed to be on its side when attacking? You can backstab it from the side. If you actually, Raymond, if you look my video on the channel, not the most recent one, but the one before that about raiding as a rogue, I think the very first part of the video, I spend a lot of time on Onyxia, and I'm backstabbing. You can see what I do in Onyxia. I'm backstabbing the whole fight, and it's no issue. Best possible period daggers, Heartseeker main hand, Alker's offhand. Yep, but it's going to be really expensive, yeah. Whereas if you do like Barman Shanker in the main hand, and then like Bone Scraper or Scarlet Chris in the offhand, it's barely going to be worse, but it's going to save you a lot of money. You're not convinced Fell Striker is actually in Classic WoW? Yeah, I've never seen one. You like my voice, Smooth Pog? Thanks, Jay West. What's the best BOE dagger? Yeah, those are the ones, Bill. Those are BOE, Alcors and Heartseeker. Most of the gold Francisco is not from Fiery Enchant. Fiery Enchant's only like a gold. In the pickpocket runs, most of the money comes from just actually pickpocketing the arena, and then also selling the blues that you get from killing the Lore Master dude. Heartseeker's nice top end damage, low end. The thing is, Heartseeker's pretty, it's not quick, but it's 1.7 speed. So like the fact that Barman Shanker's 2 speed, even though it's like seems way worse than Heartseeker, because Heartseeker is only 1.7 speed, it ends up being closer than you think, but obviously it's still better than Barman Shanker. What should you... Oh, we got a Shadowcraft proc. Rip. We got parried, guys. We got parried. We're in trouble. Oh, I hate that bug where backstab turns around the mob. Alright. A little sketch start, but we're fine. You didn't know it was possible for Rogue to solo Angerforge? Yeah, I knew it was possible like a while ago, and then I went and tried it, and like I died a bunch of times. And I just gave up on it. But recently I tried doing it again, and it's actually not too tough. You just have to... There's a few things you can do to basically reduce all risk. And I wasn't doing them, and I just kept dying. So, yeah, that's why I ended up making the video, and that's how I've been doing it. It's because now it's pretty efficient. I just never die. Except, well, I died earlier because I got disconnected. But besides that, I'm not really dying. Really? Alright, I think I have to pot here. He parried 2 kidneys now. Alright, I'm gonna pot. Sinister. Gouge. Band-Aid. We should be okay, but yeah, this guy parried 2 kidneys, so it got a little sketch. Okay, we're okay. Alright. Let's see. You need to get Cadaver Set from Scalo and Devilsaur Set. I don't think Cadaver Set's that good. I think Shadowcraft's better for PvP. I think the occasional proc is just going to lead to some crazy one-shots, and you still get armor, attack power. It's really good. Is it worth building 6 Shadowcraft for more damage in raids and remove Devilsaur? I would. That's what I did. Also, there's no proc per minute in this version, which is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's no proc per minute on Shadowcraft, but I don't know. Some people, I guess, on the Discord, Rogue Discord, were saying they thought it was proc per minute. I don't know what their evidence behind that was, so I don't know for sure. Do I want to wait for a potion? Nah, YOLO. Okay, you do need good gear though to try and do this solo. It's pretty hard. Here we go. Okay, we got this guy down. How much health is this guy at? 42%. If I had a potion, maybe I'd go for it. I'm just going to vanish. Get him later. Alright, eat my food. But you're better off with Shadowcraft. Also, Bis for raiding until epics. Yep. Cadaverous chest is good. That's it, pretty much. The other, like the boots, the belt, are decent. They're actually decent, and the gloves aren't that bad. It's just, I feel like the set bonuses really aren't there for for Cadaverous. Okay, Thrash versus Barman Shadowfoot. Mirror Song versus Barman Shadowfoot. Thrash versus Mirror Song is probably better than Barman Shadowfoot. It's pretty close though. Thrash is, I mean, it's good, but it's far a bit behind like Crawl. I'd say it's pretty close. You might, if you get a better offhand, you might be better off doing a Barman and then a good offhand over Thrash Mirror Song. But what about the Devilsaur set? Devilsaur set's really good. It's really good. I would recommend for pre-raid to use Shadowcraft and Devilsaur. It's really good for PvP as well because it helps you get to the hit cap in PvP without the hit talent. We just double proc Shadowcraft and this guy just got deleted. Alright, we have plenty of time to bandage now. Yep, I think I'm caught up in chat. Alright. Where's this Dragooner? Come on, bud. Come. Just line of sighting the guy since he shoots a gun. Rip. Our Gouge got parried. We're gonna have to fight him. Basically, if your Gouge or your kidney gets parried, you just take a lot of damage. Wow, I got another parry. Basically, against elites, you want to like stun lock them because they hit really hard, and specifically with their white hits. But if you can kind of like stun lock them, do I need a baby pot? I'm gonna baby pot in case he crits me. Yeah, usually I don't have to baby pot that dude there, but you know, whatever. He crit me, and then I missed all my gouges. So that's basically when you have to pot when you're doing this. Is like, okay, if you need to compensate for like missing your gouges and stuff. But yeah, I think, yep, just one more pull over here, and then we're ready for Anger. Okay, we have a Marshal. I kind of want to try... Nah, I think I'll just go with the sap again. Play it safe. Alright, didn't realize I didn't have evasion for 15 seconds. That's fine though. I killed these guys a little faster than usual. Get our backstab. Okay, I'm gonna gouge this guy and then band-aid and then an evasion. So usually I can kite these guys more, but because I'm working on like a tight deadline here, I'm trying to kill the destroyer before the Marshal comes out. I'm kind of face tanking him a little more than usual. With evasion up here, we should be fine. Okay, I'm gonna kidney right as my evasion's off. And a backstab should do it. Okay. Now the Marshal. This is where what you do. Oh, I'm gonna loot real quick. Excuse me. Basically with the Marshal, you might need to do this if what just happened to me, where I got, I kind of got crit. Took me a while to kill the fire elemental. I'm a little low. I don't have Vanish. And I don't have a Band-Aid ready to use. I'm going to run him around. So just like the path that Angerforge takes, where is he? Oh, he's right on my tail. So I'm going to run to here, and just like Angerforge, you can kite him. So now I can Band-Aid, and we're good. And you don't actually have to kite this guy. I just needed to buy some time to Band-Aid. But that's it. The barman debuff is really bad for PvP. It's really bad for PvP. I'm still not sure on raids how much it actually matters that the barman shanker procs, because if it's overriding, like if the priority system's in place, isn't it only going to overwrite like what's that thing called? What's the warrior thing where it bleeds them? I'm like, if the debuff like priority system is in the game, I feel like it's not that big of a deal to have the Barman Shanker proc. I didn't use it in raid because I was paranoid of screwing up the debuffs, but it might not even matter. I still have not seen any hard proof that like using Barman Shanker, the debuff is gonna remove something good. But yeah, if you are worried, you can use the Shadowfoot Stabber. Yeah, deep wounds. Like, so for example, if that's what I was looking for. If your Barman Shanker proc, I mean, you see warriors, they're allowed to use the deep wound talent. They're deep wounding the boss. So if Barman Shanker is on the same priority as deep wounds, then you're fine, right? You're just like a warrior. You can proc a little bleed. It's not going to really do much. It's going to get replaced by other debuffs. So it's probably fine, but again, I don't have any solid proof one way or the other. I didn't really have a setting where I could test debuffs. So I can't say for absolute certainty that Barman Shanker isn't going to proc and remove a good debuff, but I think it would just be like deep wounds, right? I've gotten +5 spirit to boots, +7 spirit to gloves, formulas from the pickpocket. You're always stacked on potions, but no epics. Yeah. But yeah, that's the deal basically with the debuffs. But maybe is it? We got good luck again. Only one gun, dude. Okay, blade flurry these guys down. Did that guy just heal? I think that guy just healed right in front of my eyes. Huh? He just healed, didn't he? The reservist dude. I think he just healed. All right, there should be one more reservist. Where is he? There he is. Is it best to go Goblin Engineer then Gnomish? The other way around is what I did. If you really want to min-max it, I don't even really know if you need... Like, I should try again to try and sell Sapper charges, but I haven't really gotten much benefit from being Goblin Engineer, even though I did end up starting as Gnomish and then switching to Goblin. There's really nothing Goblin that isn't BOE, except the Dragon Gun. So I wouldn't even really say it's that necessary to do those fancy tricks. I would just go Gnomish, and if you really feel the need to be Goblin for making Sappers, you can always switch over. But the good BO bind on pickup stuff is Gnomish. The death rate, really. Okay. But yeah, I did end up doing the switch where I started Gnomish and then I switched to Goblin. But I sold a few rocket helmets. For like minimal profit. I mean, I made probably 100 gold selling rocket helmets over all the ones I sold, but nobody bought my Sappers. Maybe I should try selling them again now that PvP is announced, but but they have not. Sappers, just nobody bought them when I tried selling them before. I went back to rewatch the heal, but it looked like two mobs were just inside each other. Oh, okay. I was confused because like the health bar just, usually there's like a bug in Classic where like you'll randomly see someone's health bar at full, but then it goes back to where it was before. But I thought I saw it go to full and stay full, and I was confused. This would be 10 times faster if you just found 1 to 2 rogues and rolled it off. It actually wouldn't be faster, Iwabu, because I'm killing it. It probably takes just a few minutes for the rogues to do it. If I kill it twice as fast as, duoing it with people in the world, then this is more efficient because I have a 100% chance to get it, right? So I just have to be twice as, just barely twice for it still to be efficient. However, I tried duoing it with people in the world. The rogues need to be geared if you want to duo it, and you're going to phase tank it. So I found when I tried to pug duos for this, we ended up having to trio it. And the other thing is if you have like 2 or 3 rogues doing it and you like do the runs really, really quickly, you get instance capped and then you have to go somewhere else or whatever. You can only do like 5 runs at a time. Whereas like this, I can do as many runs as I want in a row because it takes me long enough that I'm under the cap. Usually it takes me about 12 to 15 minutes per run. All right, let's Sinister Strike this guy down. Make sure we don't do too much damage. It should be good for 1 more Sinister. Okay. Got a little close there, but we should be all right. Bow him 1 more time, and we're getting close to being able to fight him. So, only thing that would make this better is using swords since you can't backstab, but respecking is expensive. Yeah, I'm going to have to respec. If I were to respec, I'd have to respec back on Tuesday, so which is just a couple of days coming up. So I decided not to respec. I'm at 305 daggers with Heartseeker Alcor. I kind of greedy with the bandage there. That was pretty bad. I might have to wait another minute because I was greedy with the bandage there. I'm at 305 daggers. Would Heartseeker Alcor be better, or just I think distracting dagger is going to be better if you need the hit to get to 310, because 310 weapon skill is a big deal. All right, we got him to the right health. Now I'm going to chill. I'm going to bandage him 1 more time. We got a little. I probably shouldn't have bowed there. I got a little greedy, but I was reading chat and I just pressed bow. Okay. All right, Rex. As soon as I kill Angerforge... Oh, wait, I actually pushed him? Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, I just said I was greedy for me to do that, and that's why. All right, I have 5 minutes to answer questions because I wasn't paying attention, and I shot him, and I broke him to 40%. Okay, let me see your question, Rex. Tried doing this 5 times. Kept dying to the 3 in the corner. How are you doing it so easily? Running combat with Ren mostly best. So, Rex, I sap one of the dwarfs, I pop all my cooldowns, and I just try and burn down 1 dwarf and vanish. That's it. You only have to kill 1. Yeah, so I sap 1, I pop all my cooldowns, and I just try and burn 1 down and then vanish, and that's it. After that, it's easy to kill the 2. Thanks for the follow, Curls. But you don't see minimal gain. So basically, 308 weapon skill is really good. After that, you don't really need much. But the difference between 305 and 308 weapon skill is pretty big. Your glancing blows, which are your white hits that glance, they do more damage. Is everyone over here? Yeah, they're all chilling over there. Is 8% hit cap cool for raids? Yeah. You just need to be above 6% with 305 weapon skill. Now, if you don't have 305 weapon skill, you need to go for 1% more hit bill. But you probably should have 305 weapon skill because you have weapon expertise. Thanks for the follow, Undying Worm. Sorry if I missed you speak about it, but is Hemo viable with daggers, or would you recommend another build for PvP? I would just play a dagger PvP build. There's not really a reason to go Hemo if you're not using swords, because Hemo scales with a slow weapon well. Is this possible with pickpocket talents? No. No. This is actually a pretty tight fight. You have to do a lot of damage. And unless you're super geared, you're going to need Adrenaline Rush. because it's just a big DPS race. You need to kill him really quickly, and you can't really afford to not be the optimal spec. If you forget to put on poisons, you probably won't kill him. I've noticed that. Like, oh, I forgot to put on poisons, didn't do enough damage. So it's pretty tight. You need to have good gear. It's pretty tough. So you have to be combat with Adrenaline Rush. Now, Hemo is better with faster weapons. It's better with slow weapons. The active effect doesn't really matter. The thing that increases the physical damage, that really doesn't account for that much damage. But the main thing is that it does, when you press the button, it does weapon damage. So you want a slow weapon in your main hand, and it will do more damage. It's just like Sinister Strike in that the slower the weapon, the more damage it will do. So that's why you want a slow weapon with Hemorrhage. All right. Well, it's probably going to be another couple minutes before these guys despawn. I'm going to BRB real quick. I screwed up and did too much damage to him. I usually don't do this, but, you know, I blame Chad again. But I'll BRB real quick, just like a minute, and hopefully this stuff will despawn and we'll kill Anger. All right, I'm back. They despawn yet? All right, they're almost despawned. Okay, so is Hemo not viable with daggers? It's not necessarily that it's... Oh, cool. They just despawned. All right, I'll start up. Hemo is not necessarily not viable with daggers. The issue is that why would you play daggers if you're playing Hemo? You're just going to do less damage than with a sword. Whereas if you're playing daggers and you go with a backstab ambush build, you're using daggers for their intended purpose, right? You're going to do a lot of damage with backstab and ambush. So I really don't see a reason why you would want to use a dagger in a Hemo build, because Hemo just doesn't really do much damage with daggers. So is it going to be viable? I mean, depends what you're, it's a PvP spec, so I don't know what you're aiming for it to be viable. But I just got bopped. Jeezel. That's why you have to be really careful, because Angerforge will just go nuts. But yeah, we lived. Is 6% the hit cap for yellow attacks now? How much do you think you need for raid bosses? Azerk, you need 6% hit to be soft capped with your yellow attacks, and you just need to have 305 weapon skill, which you should have if you are combat with weapon expertise. Hemo is better for PvP IMO. Depends. I think for like dueling and stuff, I think Hemo is probably better. But I think dagger PvP is really, really good. I think in world PvP and in like battlegrounds and stuff, if you basically get surprised by a dagger rogue, you just die out of nowhere. Whereas if someone's ready for you and, you know, they're expecting you in a duel, I feel like dagger rogue has a little disadvantage to it. But I would say dagger rogue is really good in PvP, so I wouldn't necessarily agree that Hemo's better for PvP. I think they're both really good. You have to have prep for PvP. You can't really afford to put points in combat. Yeah. I was answering a hit question with weapon expertise. I wasn't talking about PvP with the weapon expertise, if that's what you mean, Kunpao. Been playing prep Blade Flurry for daggers, and it works for PvP quite nicely. I know it's not the most optimal. Yep. Tell them that's what I did when I first hit 60. Until you get into like a raiding guild that requires you to be a full raid spec, I don't see why you can't continue doing that. You will notice if you swap over to a full PvP spec, you're going to enjoy it for duels and stuff, but then in dungeons you're kind of useless. So yeah, I think a hybrid spec is a decent bet if you're just like, you know, dungeoning and stuff, doing world PvP. I thought if someone asked if Hemo was better for PvP. They were asking if Hemo daggers is viable. And I just told them they should either play Hemo with swords or play dagger PvP. I don't think Hemo daggers make sense. Oh, you're good, Kung Pao. How much hit is needed with 310 weapon skill? It doesn't really change. Going from 305 to 310 weapon skill, you get like 0.2 hit. That's it. So you still need the same amount of hit. 6% hit. Is Varman Shanker worth it in raids with the debuff? I don't have any way to test it. I unequipped it because I was paranoid of screwing up the debuffs. If there's a priority system in the game, I think it should probably be fine. Everyone has been telling me there's debuff priority system in the game, which would mean that like Varman Shanker might proc and it might remove like some crappy debuff, but it's not going to remove something important. So I don't have a definitive answer for you, Just Leo, but you could always try it until someone complains at you. You feel bad seeing you work hard for your Hodge when you got it your first run? Well, congrats on your Hodge. But it's not too bad. We'll get it eventually. Just watch your videos. I'm a bit confused about the stuff. After I attack Angerforge, I'll catch up on that comment. Okay, just watch your videos. I'm a bit confused about the stuff to get when hitting 60. You need to go for the 6-piece Shadowcraft with Stuggle. Okay, if you're first hitting 60, I was recommending you do Skullomance. And the reason you want to do Skullomance is because you just get a ton of gear really, really quickly. You get Mira Song. Skullomance is just the best dungeon to do right away when you hit 60. After that, once you've got like a good set of gear going, then you just want to start aiming for the pre-raid best in slot, which is going to be Shadowcraft and then 2 Devil Sword. And Shadowcraft and Devil Sword is pre-raid best in slot for PvP and for PvE, so you can use it for both. This is the run, Gratz. See, you guys, you need to stop calling Gratz before it even drops. You're jinxing me here. You're jinxing me. 58 runs for your Hodge, Andy. Oh, both of you took 58 runs. That's funny. And you put the comments back to back. Kung Pao and Andy took 58 runs. It's a little spooky. All right, I'm not going to get hit by anger. I just want to make sure that I'll bow shot him a few more times, and then we'll be good. Duo with Druid, they got it on 52. Nice. Thanks a lot for your advice. No problem. Okay, this guy. A few more shots and we're good. Is it 44? We should be really safe to shoot him one more time. Advantage to full. So basically now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump here. I'm going to wait for him to come back. I'm going to shoot him one more time. If his health says 42 or 43, I won't fight him. But if I crit him and he goes to 41, I'll fight him. So I'm going to start a bow shot right now. It did not crit, so I'm going to jump down. I can get another couple percent. And then I'm going to repeat. Crit, so I'm going in. Okay, we popped pretty much everything. Guys, I don't think. Should I even stay in? I'm going to greed for it. Basically, if he crits you twice, you're probably going to die. So I'm probably going to die here. Oh, yeah, I died. Yeah, there's really nothing you can do if you get crit twice like that. I don't think I could have done anything. At least with my spec. If you're swords, you're fine. But rip. I guess I should have vanished. The problem is if you vanish, it's just as long. You have to wait for them to despawn anyway. But now we have to run back because of the double crit. This is what I was talking about as the only thing that really kills me. Hello, Zatar. Can I ask some questions? No problem, Kelpachi. Go for it. Brandon, you need 25% hit to never miss with your white hits. What are you farming? I'm farming for Hodge, Matthias. Hand of Justice. What I mean is you can't get the hit percent without hacking. Well, not right now, Kung Pao. I'm pretty sure you can get hit capped at some point. 20 hours of Scullo and no Shadowcraft helm. It's driving you crazy. Rip. At least you'll have all your Cadaverous stuff in case you you'll have an extra Cadaverous chest and stuff laying around if you ever want to use it. Rip, man. I hate these runs where you just get crit twice. Just dead. Best way to make gold as a rogue, BRD pickpocket, or is there something better? I think people were saying, I haven't done it, but the Silithus mining is better. But I've been doing Razorfin down runs for gold. I think they're more fun than the pickpocket runs, and I think it's pretty comparable gold. Can Anger drop Hand of Justice? Anger is the only boss that drops Hand of Justice. I think he only dropped Hand of Justice on the Angerforge guy. I mean, the last boss. I think that was only a private server thing. I think maybe in original vanilla they changed it to drop from Angerforge to the last boss. That's like late in vanilla. But at least right now in Classic, it only drops from Angerforge. Rip, though. Man, I just got bopped. The double crit, I knew I was screwed, but I decided to stay because it was getting kind of close. I almost had him, and you have to... even if I vanish there, I can't just fight him right away. I have to wait for this guys to despawn. So if you get crit twice in phase 3, you're just kind of out of luck. It just kind of sucks. If you're combat swords and you're really geared, you probably can still get through it with like a major potion. But other than that, I am a combat dagger. I have all the previous items and got Go Ripper, Corehound Tooth, and Mugger Belt. So you have 3 10 dagger skill. Do you need 11 to 13% or 6 to 8 enough for PvE rating? There's no set hit number, Kelpachi. You just, if you are pre-Abyss, I'd say you're fine. There's no set number. Now, if you are Shadowcraft, I'll tell you that the more hit you get, your Shadowcraft is going to proc more. You're going to get more damage. But there's no like set hit number to go for. You just use the best items you can. What is your main hand? Shadowfoot? I'm using the Gut Gore Ripper right now, Thiago. Could you go Shadowcraft and Cadaver for PvP? You mean like 2-set Cadaver? I would just go Devil Sword instead. I would take Shadowcraft, Devil Sword, the best pre-raid PvP set combinations, I guess. Coffer runs, if you only have an hour at a time, it's more money even without gear drops. Yeah, I've heard coffers are good too. Alright, well, we'll give it another go. I think everything should be despawned by now, and we should be fine. Unlucky, honestly, that we had a... But, I mean, this happens with this run. There's just a chance that if you get crit, you're going to die on Anger in phase 2, and then... I guess if you get disconnected, but just unlucky they happened so quickly for me. After 7% hit, I prioritize crit over hit. Yeah, after 6%, I would agree, yeah. Yeah, even for swords, crit's better than hit. After 6%. But yeah, there's no... That's the thing about hit. There's not a number you go for. You want to try and get it on gear as you can. That are just good items. Alright, everything despawned. Okay, these guys are still here, but... Okay, they don't see me. As soon as these guys despawn, it should be just like another minute. Oh, there they go. They're gone. Now we can fight. So we'll try again. This time we just hope we don't get crit. We got T for 5 more runs, and then I gotta get some more Thistle Tea. Okay, two archers this time. Honestly, just Tarnished Elven Ring or Blackstone Ring, and you're good on hit plus talents. Yeah, like I went for the Satyr Bow, and then eventually when you get the Onyxia Neck, that's good too. All of these things are just... It's nice to just get hit while you're using Shadowcraft on your other pieces. Okay, LOS this guy. Boom. What's better, Cadaverous Armor or Tombstone Breastplate? I'd go with the Cadaverous Armor. The attack, it just has a ton of attack power, agility, and strength. It's just Cadaverous Armor is insane. Okay. One more guy left. I'll target Angerforge here. Oh, I need to get down here. I could have gotten crit there. I wasn't paying too much attention to my life. I was a little greedy. But yeah, we're safe. Oh. Jumped a little too perfectly. Alright, shoot this guy a couple times. Rip. You run Rip Hook over Black Crusader, but you also have too many epics to make Shadowcraft worth. Yeah, I think they're pretty much all those bows are about the same. I will want Satyrs because I'm running Shadowcraft, and so hit's a little more valuable. Okay. Calm down, Angerforge. Angerforge is just swinging today, guys. He's just swinging. But we got the ads down. We're alive. That's all that matters. How many attempts did the trinket come out? So, for me at least, I think I've seen it 4 times. And I've probably killed it. My add-on says 70. I think I killed it maybe 80 times when I didn't have the add-on up. So like 80 total, maybe 90, something like that. And I've seen it 4 times. So I think it's about 5%. I've seen some people saying it's 2%, but at least for me, it's been around 5% drop rate. But I haven't seen it in a while. All right, we'll get a fresh Band-Aid in here. So do I need to equip Night Slayer pants or Devil Sword set? Night Slayer pants, I would say Devil Sword is better until you get a good pair of gloves. Usually Devil Sword is better than... You want to kind of wait for 2 raid pieces for the hands and the legs. Now, if you had gotten tier 2 legs, then it's a tough one because the tier 2 legs are better than the Night Slayer. But I would probably wait till you get Night Slayer gloves to swap that out. Kill it 84 times, seen it once. Yeah, it's really unlucky. I'm honestly worried it's just not going to drop for a long time. I've been soloing him for quite a bit now. I was doing it all yesterday, and I've been doing it all today. And I haven't seen it yet in my solo runs. All right, here we go. Have you guys noticed your energy ticks like spell batching or lagging? This has really been bothering me lately. That I feel like my energy like lags. So like I'll be waiting for the energy tick and I'll be spamming my Sinister and it just I won't get the energy until like a second late. Have you guys run into this at all? I notice it especially if I'm trying to like ambush into backstab in PvP or something. I feel like the energy is just not there. It just like lags for some reason. 1, 2, 3, and we're out. Jump on up. You got your 3rd try while soloing? Nice. Right now, Band-Aid. But have you guys noticed that your like energy ticks seem to like lag? I don't know what it is, but like sometimes you're just like, I'll watch I have the add-on for it, and it'll go all the way across, and then I'll time everything, and then I'll just be waiting, no energy, and then all of a sudden I'll get like 40 energy. It'll like, group my 2 energy ticks together, and it kind of screws you up. Jeez, I'm just kidding. This Angerforge, he needs to calm down. He's critting way too much. This particular Angerforge, man, he's just mad. Seems like if you use an ability right as your energy is supposed to tick, it will skip the tick and you get it 40. Yeah, that's what I mean. But like the whole point of playing Rogue is to use your ability right before the next tick to utilize your energy efficiently. So it kind of sucks that like using your energy correctly like causes you to miss ticks or like delay it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I think the batching is too long. It feels like it causes a lot of issues, especially against NPCs. Even not even just in PvP, but against NPCs. Thanks for the follow, Hans6769. How many kills do you have on him? At least 70, but maybe more without my DBM up. You'll see after I kill him, DBM will say, oh, your 72nd victory on this difficulty or whatever. Okay. All right, he's at 45%. In 30 seconds, I'll bandage. I'm going to bow him a couple times, and we're good. So I'm going to chill. He's at 43%. I'm not going to press bow anymore to make sure I don't crit. If you have the trinket, why do you keep doing him? I do not have the trinket, Pizza is life. I still haven't gotten it to drop. Yeah, Nug Energy is the name of the energy bar. I'm on lockout from duo harming. Yep, so basically if you duo him, you'll kill him too fast and you'll get locked out. And if you're sharing the drop rate, that's kind of why this is more efficient than duo farming. Now, at the end of the day, you gotta, if you screw up too many times, it's not going to be as efficient. But I think it's nice not having to worry about the lockout. But to do this, you have to supply up. You got to bring a ton of bandages. Like I have a ton of cloth ready. I have a lot of food. I've been using Thistle Tea on every kill. All right, so I'm going to bow here. Wait for the crit. Oh, it didn't crit, so I'm not going to. I'm going to drop down. Jump back up. Jump up. Go for this. Does it crit? Okay, we have to go now. Okay. Everything's been popped. We got crit again, guys. This is not looking good. Anger needs to calm down. I really hope I don't have to. It's going to get sketchy. Evasion just wore off. He crit me twice again. Yeah, I don't know what to do. There's nothing I can do against Anger if he crits me twice, guys. It usually doesn't happen, though. I've only been crit twice on Anger, I think 3 times total, out of like the 40, 50 attempts. I ran a 3-man rogue team for this, and you had to back-to-back Hodge drops, so 2 out of 3 got it. Yeah. You don't have the lockpicking to open the door. You need to level up your lockpicking, Gooter. Come on. How do you not have your lockpicking up? It's super easy to level. You just go to cities, and you just ask to open boxes. And then once you hit like 250, you go to BRD, and you just open doors. But yeah, I hope that maybe this Hodge just is... He has Hand of Justice. Maybe that's why he's critting. And so he's going to drop it for me. But yeah, this is the biggest weakness. Can you just jump back down? The problem is once he's below 40% Shadow Step, he summons ads. So once you get him down to 40%, you have to burst him. You can't run, you can't kite, because at 40% he summons like 20 ads, and they'll kill you and they'll heal him. So you have to just go for it. And as soon as he starts critting, I could vanish, but then he's going to then I'm gonna have to wait for the respawn anyway. So I kind of just go for it and hope I get some dodges at the end or something. But yeah, if he crits you twice, unless you're really geared at playing swords and like riposte, then yeah. Yeah, there's easy spots to train lockpicking. Like, it's really easy to train in BRD as well. You can also just open stuff in town for people. I think it's kind of annoying leveling it up early on. At least I went out and went to Stone Talon and pickpocketed for a couple hours. But after that, I just opened lockboxes once I had it up to like 75. But I think you can open lockboxes that are like 25. It's just at the time, Classic had just came out, so there weren't that many people with lockboxes. You played improved exposed armor in riposte. Yeah, I think that probably would be good for like just to kill Anger. Yeah, it was really easy. Yeah, I honestly the kills are never close unless he crits me twice. But if he crits you twice, it's just the end of the road. The end of the road. If you go to Red Ridge, you can open chests there to level it. 1 to 75. I think that's what I did. No, I didn't do Red Ridge's Alliance. I did Stone Talon instead. I'm very new to playing WoW. I'm playing Rogue, 24 at the moment. Just open YouTube to find how to play Rogues, and your video came up first. Yeah, I don't know how farming Hodge is going to help you at 24, but... one day when you hit 60, you can do some Hodge farming. All right. Excuse me, sir. All right, we got around the fire guard fine. Yeah, I think Red Ridge probably takes a while to get to. Took me 64 runs to get it to drop. Yeah, I've seen not that many people in the chat are giving me giving like normal answers. They either got it like the first 1 to 5 runs, or it took them like a year and a half to get it. So I think it's just whatever. Got too close to the fire guy. It's whatever. Had vanish. Why don't you pay for respec? Would make this much smoother. I don't really have that much gold. I kind of don't want to go. It's actually normally really smooth. I've out of like the last 10 runs, I've died only 3 times. Once to a disconnect, twice because I got crit. So it's normally really smooth. It's just I got crit twice. It's actually really unlikely to get crit twice like that. So it is normally smooth. So I haven't needed to respec, but it's going to be a lot of gold to respec because I'm going to have to respec again for raid day. And also, if I'm like playing the exact optimal spec, I mean, I want to show that it's doable. You don't have to have the exact perfect gear. You don't have the exact optimal spec, and it's still doable. So you guys know that you can do it. But, okay, these guys despawned. We're good to go. Just one Hodge at 54, your second BRD run. The other rogue was so mad. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me. There was a 52 warrior that didn't know what Hand of Justice was his first time in Blackrock Depths, and he was doing an arena run, and he won the roll against me. I wasn't mad, though. I didn't say anything to him, but I was mad, but I didn't tell him that in the game. Are you spec'd into lightning reflexes or deflection? No. No, those are other things you could do to make it easier. But I'm running a rating spec, and I don't have the gold to full respec. I'm trying to save up for Shadow Reflector as well. Okay, let's bop this guy. Okay, now we're gonna run up. Oh, we screwed up our jump. We have a couple more tries at it. There it is. All right, we'll finish this guy off. Is there just one? I think there's just one, right? All right. I'm going to Blade Flurry and focus the Angerforge so the combo points don't go to waste when the little guy dies. Jump back up. I'm going to hit him a couple more times. One more. Okay. Got our 5 combo points. Now we can Rupture. What's up from fellow Incendius player? Hey, man. You on Horde side? Oh, sorry. I might have bumped the mic there. But yeah, just bowing him down again. And I whiff so many jumps. But it's usually pretty safe. Doesn't end up mattering, but yeah. Haven't seen Hodge drop, but you've seen the Lord General Sword drop twice. You know what? The Lord General Sword I haven't seen yet in my solos. I think that's really rare as well. That'd be kind of neat to have that one. I would actually use it, I think. I don't have a Crawl Blade. So if I ever wanted to play combat swords, would Stone Shield potions help, or is it too expensive? I mean, all potions would help. Elixirs, I could be using Elixir Mongoose here if I wanted. At the end of the day, if I get crit a couple times, sometimes I just die. So I like lose all my consumes if I should have actually fought him there. We'll get him right back. Come back, Angerforge. I'm ready for you. But yeah, and there's a ton of things you can do to make this easier with consumes. I'm only using Thistle Tea, but there's a ton of things that you could do to make this easier. First and foremost, like playing swords, playing riposte. Also, a huge tip for raiding as a rogue. That's kind of obvious. Nobody does. Hold Blade Flurry, Adrenaline Rush till Crusader procs. Yep, actually, I was talking about that in my raid damage video. And surprisingly, a lot of people were like, nah, that's too much work, man. I won the Lord's General Sword right after Hodge. Guess you were really lucky. Yeah, I think it's a really low drop rate. But yeah, it'd be kind of neat to get a sword. I wouldn't mind getting one. Obviously, I want the Hodge, but the Lord General Sword, I think it's better than Thrashblade. So I would use it if I ever wanted to play swords. For anything. I have a raid dagger now, so I'm not really don't want to play swords, but if I ever did. Is there any reason that you're using that cape instead of Cape of the Black Baron? Haven't won Cape of the Black Baron. Done like 40 runs of Strat Undead. Seen the cape once, lost the roll. So that is why I don't use Cape of the Black Baron. I'm not too worried about getting the other one though, because this cape is better for PvP. So I'm not really too bothered that I don't have the Black Baron cape. Although it is best in slot though, which, you know, kind of makes me wish I had it, but, you know, it's a pretty annoying dungeon to farm, and I usually have to roll against 2 to 3 people if the cape drops. Thrashblade is definitely better than Lord Generals. I feel like you really think that the chance to proc is better than just the damage? Lord Generals just hits a lot harder, doesn't it? What is this? I'm soloing General Angerforge to try and get Hand of Justice, Galen. And we're jumping up and down to try and kite him around because he hits too hard to kill normally. Okay. Just going to bow him down here, and then we should be good to do another attempt. Just reserve it. Are you talking about the cape? Yeah. I don't know. Reserving items is kind of yikes unless I have a guild group. I can check your screenshots in a minute. I'm going to kill Anger first. Okay, just getting him down. I keep hitting the jump perfectly. It's funny. All right. If you have Thrashblade in offhand, does it proc your main hand? I think it procs the offhand. All right. You can use Thrashblade in the offhand. It's a one hand. All right, here we go. Bow shot, see if it crits. Did not, we're good. We can jump down. We can go for one more bow shot. Okay, see if it crits. Crit, it's fighting time. Guess we're popping everything here. So far, we've been doing good with crits and stuff. Teeing here. Uh-oh. I said that and then we immediately got crit. Should be okay here. Hodge? That's not Hodge. Alright. Well, that one went smoothly though. Only one crit. You see one crit, it wasn't even close. I still had a potion. So the runs are really smooth. Trust me, they're smooth. But if he crits you twice and you just don't get luck with dodges, then it gets sketchy. Alright. Why are you not using both Devil's Sore on the first one? At Kelpatchy. Oh, I see. I can look at the screenshots now. Let me go here. Click, click. So the first one is not Shadowcraft. No, okay, neither are Shadowcraft. One has a Mugger's Belt. What does the other one have? They both have Mugger's Belts. So what? The only difference is Devil Sore? You have Painweaver Band versus... Okay, I see that part. Satyr Bow, got that. So basically, you have like your high hit set and you have your non-high hit set. Yeah, I wouldn't use the Night Slayers yet until you have another Night Slayer piece for your hands. I would use Devil Sword. And then Devil Sword legs are better than Night Slayer legs. So that's what I would do there. In terms of Painweaver versus the Tarnished Ring, I'd say the Tarnished Ring is pretty much always better. So that's my, I guess, after looking at the screenshots, that's what I think. Okay, reset. We're right back in. Okay, why do you fight when you crit with the bow? Okay, so basically, Joey, the goal is to get Angerforge as low as possible before he hits 40 to 41%. So at 41%, he calls in all the adds. So I am trying to get him as low as possible without hitting that, and then I fight him. So for example, if he's at 43% and I shoot a bow, if it doesn't crit, he'll go to 42%, and I don't want to fight him because I can run away, and then I can shoot the bow at him and get him down to 41%. So basically, I'm trying to get an extra 1% damage in. However, because I crit there when he was at 43%, it pushed him to 41%, meaning he's going to call everyone, and I have to fight him right then. So basically, you just want to watch for your crits on the bow to push the boss, I guess, into the second phase where he summons all the adds. So it's kind of confusing, but that's why. I have a feeling I'm going to pull this guy here. Oh, snuck by. So you wouldn't have the DR set bonus, hence why Mira is better. Yeah, Mira's song is better than the offhand Dalrend, yep. But yeah, I would use Devil Sword over Night Slayer, especially if you're still using the Devil Sword glows. How often do you live stream? Pretty much live stream whenever I can. On the weekends is a pretty good bet that I'm gonna stream. I stream my raid days, so Tuesday if I'm doing an Ixia that week, and then always Friday. But pretty much whenever I'm playing, and I'm not doing something really boring. So like I didn't stream for a couple days this week because I was only gold farming to try and get my mount. So I didn't stream my RFD runs because it's pretty boring. I feel like this is more fun to watch than RFD runs, because RFD runs there's really nothing there. You just kill stuff. But here there's a lot of, if you guys are trying to do it, you could at least try and see what I'm doing. But yeah, that's pretty much, I live stream anytime I'm playing the game and I'm not doing something boring. Okay, alright, we're just going to stun lock this guy. As per usual. Gouge, kite him over here. How did you gold farm? I did Razor Fin Downs, and I disenchanted the blues from all the bosses. Okay. And I'm going to come around. Again, I'm going to get another backstab in here. Kite him over to here. Shoot the bow. You want to be careful with your DR of the kidney here, though. If I kidney right now, it will not be full effect. Your DR for kidney is like 25 seconds, something like that. So you want to wait a little longer. So I'm even going to gouge one more time just to make sure the kidney is going to be full effect. Kidney, backstab. Backstab this guy a couple times. Eviscerate. Should die here. There we go. Eat our food. Is Night Slayer Helm better than Bloodfang because of the crit? No, Bloodfang is way better. Let me see what Night Slayer does. I forget the exact stats, but Bloodfang's better. Molten Core. Who drops the head? Isn't it Gar? Yeah, it is Gar. 2% crit, 1% crit, 20 agility. You get 7 more agility, and 12 more strength. 13 more strength. Yeah, so that's better. It's better than 1% crit. Yeah, 7 agility, 13 strength is better than one crit. You also get more stamina with this one. But the Night Slayer, it's pretty close though. I thought it was a bigger difference, but it's pretty close. Just Bloodfang's a little better. How do DRs work? It makes me sad that Poly doesn't DR. Poly does DR, just not on NPCs. There's certain NPCs and mobs that just don't DR. All right, let's sap this. I think I'm all ready. Yeah, I have everything ready to go. Sinister, get up our slice and dice. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a big potion here because I got crit. So I was waiting to see which potion to use. But I got crit a few too many times, so I had to use a big potion here. Okay. Do we have what it takes to kill this guy? I think we still have time. I'll try and kill him. Last time I stopped early. We still have Vanish though, so if this gets sketchy, I think we should be good. Okay. So you can either kill one or both guys here, and then I'm just going to Vanish here. But if you don't have the damage to kill both, no problem. Just Vanish, and you can come back and kill him in a 1v2. Sir, I think you're running out of arrows. Are you asking me? Because I actually am. I'm at 46. I had 200 or 400 a couple runs ago. Okay, you think I can do Angerforge easily with Riposte build? I'm pre-bis, but the Hodge. Yeah, definitely, definitely. If you're pre-raid bis, especially if you have a raid weapon and you're the Riposte spec, you definitely can do it. Do you get DR on Kidney and PvP as well? Yes. Yes. That's why usually in between your Kidney, you're going to want to, like if you're doing a full one-shot, you're going to want to blind and sap and stuff so that the DRs reset for your Kidney and your cheap shots. So that's why the one-shots always fit in a blind and then a sap. It's for the DRs to reset. Still haven't got Hodge. We're working on it, Luke. We're working on it. Okay, Sword Spec is better than daggers for this. You can't backstab. Yep, that is true, Kung Pao. That is true. Okay, seems like every poly I get hit with is 40 seconds. Well, the first poly that you get hit with is 40 plus seconds. The second one is not going to be. Okay, right there. You see this? Kidney. It ends really early if you don't give it time for the diminishing return to end. So basically half DR'd. So even though I had 5 combo points there, it only lasts 3 seconds because I didn't wait enough time after the cooldown. Usually if you wait about 5 seconds after the cooldown, you're good. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything while I was fighting. "21 seconds. I don't know what 21 seconds means. Okay. All right, with these guys, I wasn't in stealth, was I? Well, I'm going to show you guys what to do if you're a noob like me and you do something like that. So, for example, I just ran up to that mob. I thought I was in stealth. I was not in stealth. So, you just start moving over here, and you're going to be fine. So, I'm going to work this guy's health down, kidney him, get some damage in, and then I'm going to sprint for the hills. So if you take him up here, I should live, but if I take one more shot, I might have to. Yeah, we should be good. So I'm going to run over here. Now I'm going to bandage. Oh, I'm out of bandages too. I need to craft more bandages, but I use a baby bandage. And this is how you MacGyver yourself out of these situations. So I'm going to hide here. I'm going to blind this guy. I'm going to wait for this guy here. I'm going to slice and dice. I'm going to evasion. I'm going to baby pot here because we got crit again. Worried about this guy running. We have 6 seconds on evasion. I'm going to kidney. And then backstab this guy. All right, we're good. So you can see things got a little sketch there because I screwed up. But you can still always MacGyver your way out. And I'm going to run over here too because I am low. I don't think I could beat him in a full 1v1. 24% to 64%. So I'm going to run all the way around and bandage again. But you can always do this if you screw up. You shouldn't ever die to the trash, even though like I made a big noob move, right? I thought I was in stealth, ran right up to the mob, did not even get a sap off. you can still fix the situation. I'm wondering, I think I need to just start bandaging right here. I'm worried about getting shot from across the way. I think I would get shot from across the way, but all right, now we should be good. Well, that's awkward. We might have to ring around the rosy one more time because our my gouge got parried at a bad time. No, we should be okay. So if you're really worried about dying, like I'm kind of low here, I can shoot a bow shot, then I can LOS. So I got a bow shot, he didn't. My gouge. If I got crit there, I actually would have died. So that was pretty sketch. But then we kidney and finish him off in the stun. Okay. But obviously, things get a lot simpler if you just press stealth correctly there. I think getting another rogue to do this would be way more efficient. Kind of true, kind of not true. If they need the item, then they're going to... obviously, you're going to have a 50% chance of getting it. Also... you're gonna run out of resets. Basically, you're gonna kill it too quickly, and then you're gonna have to leave, do something else. So you usually only get 5 runs in at a time. Also, the other rogues need to be geared. So you need to have 2 geared rogues in order to duo it. I'm honestly a little worried about running out of arrows here, so I'm gonna modify my strategy. I'm gonna try and save more arrows till the end. But I'm going to try and shoot less. Like, I'm not going to shoot down any of the gunners here. I'm actually going to run back here so that this gunner moves up. And then I'm going to have him stay here. You can LOS him like this. So I'm going to get him to ready to shoot. LOS. I was a little too slow there. Ready to shoot. Yeah, he's too quick. Oops, I fell, but that's what I wanted to do anyway. I wanted to come kill this guy. I'm going to kill this guy. So now let's say you're in a situation like this where you screw up. All you have to do is sprint, run over here, and you're fine. And you can completely reset. So that's what you do if you fall down or you screw up. You just try and sprint past and you run back up here. My guildmate and I are just going to run together till you both get it. It's not a bad strat. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Angerforge. Calm down. Let me make some band-aids real quick. On the flip side, though, the only thing that DRs is kidney. Yep. The only thing that DRs kidney is kidney. Yep. This is true. It doesn't DR with cheap shot, so. Couldn't the two of you do something else productive in the dungeon? For gold or something? Yeah, you could. But then both of you have to be committed to just another person might not want to do it, right? So I'm sure I have rogues in my guild that would help me do this. The problem is you have to line up the times. So when I'm available, they have to be available. And then we're probably still only going to do it 5 times and they're going to leave because not everyone just wants to sit AFK farming Hodge all day. So whereas if that's what you want to do and you're soloing it, which is what I'm doing, you can. So when people aren't online, stuff like that, it's good to solo it. And like I did some guild runs with duos, but it's just sometimes the times don't line up, right? Actually, how many arrows do I have? 40%. I'll be at like 53%. Yeah, I need to be careful. I'm going to play this one a little differently because I'm out of arrows. And then after this, I'm going to hearth to Kargath, get some more arrows. Now, I'll try it. Maybe I'm not sure what I want to do because I kind of want to get more Thistle Tea as well. Couldn't the two of you, if you're Heartseeker Alley, I'll help with runs for 20 gold a run. I got a lot of gear. 20 gold a run? That's a lot of money. So you're making 100 gold an hour if these people actually pay you? Like I wouldn't pay 100 gold an hour for someone to help me with Hodge. It seems like a pretty good deal there for you. Okay, we're sinistering, and we're running. Yeah, you saw me do some duos on him, yep. We actually got Hodge to drop, but I just lost the roll when I was doing it. Yeah, but I guess since I'm going to try and salvage some arrows here, I guess we're just going to be making band-aids here. People do it too. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. 100 gold an hour just to duo anger. It's pretty easy. You don't have to do anything. You just pop your cooldowns, press your buttons. Easy. I guess it's kind of hard to duo it though. You're gonna have to be really geared if you're making up for someone not being geared in the duo. Got Hodge first try. Grats. Okay, let's burn this guy down. Yeah, this one's gonna be a little slow because I want to make sure I have enough arrows to actually kill him. I actually can start shooting him. I just need to make sure I have like a good 10 arrows at the end to burn him down from like 50. So I should be fine on arrows. Okay. Yeah, you're very geared. Yeah. You'd have to be to cut if you have like noobs trying to. Just fresh 60s. All right. You farm up your pots before you go from pickpocketing. I have all these like pots from pickpocketing and from doing strat undead. I did strat undead so many times that like those crates, they give you a ton of potions. So I got a ton from there. Did I really just miss this jump like 4 times in a row? There we go. I still had plenty of time. Okay. But I think I'm going to rupture this dude and build 5 more combo points. And then we should be good. How many arrows am I at? 34. We should be okay still. But thanks for pointing out my arrow situation. Whoever did, I already forgot. I was not paying attention. And I actually thought I had a lot more arrows still. I didn't realize I was chewing through them so fast. Basically, the safer you play, the more arrow shots you do. And I've been playing these fights really safely lately. So I've been going through a lot of arrows. I'm going to drop down. I don't want to get crit and die. We still have plenty of arrows. We could actually just arrow him the whole way through if we wanted. I'm going to stop shooting, though, so that I don't accidentally bring him below 40% with my next 2 combo points. Okay. Bandage to full. You think you go level your lockpicking? Yeah. You get some tips occasionally from people if you open their lock boxes, which is nice. All right. So I'm just going to spam Sinisters here. 1, 2. Okay, he's at 46%. I'm going to shoot him a couple of times in 38 seconds. I'm going to do the final bandage, and we'll be good to go. So again, I'm going to shoot my bow until he's at 43%, and then I'm going to start being careful with my bow shots. Can you solo farm anything for good boots? You might be able to kill the dog in Elbers. Maybe. I haven't tried it. But he drops pads at the Dreadwolf. I don't think you can solo the skeleton from Scalo. He's pretty tough. Okay, but I'm just chilling here for my band-aid. Okay, band-aid up. And again, same deal. He's at 43%. I'm going to shoot my bow. If it crits, I'll completely engage and fight him. If it doesn't crit, I will wait and do 1 more bow shot. Okay. Shoot. No crit. Whatever. I'll take the crit. I want a 100% chance that I'll kill him, so I'm trying to control the percents exactly here. So we're gonna have to wait another 27 seconds for a band-aid, but whatever. Usually I'd get out of the way faster, but we got whacked, so. Farming 2-man this and lost 3 rolls. Yep, see, that's why even though this is slower, you guaranteed to get it if it drops, which is nice. Okay, we'll drop down. Hit the jump. Do a little baby band-aid. Okay. All right, we should be ready to go here. I bet my bow is going to push him. Okay, we can shoot 1 more bow shot. Same deal. If he's at 43%, he's not going to pull. So I can get one more bow shot in. And there we go. All right, I'm going to fight him now. Okay, all cooldowns have been popped. Okay, we're sinistering like crazy. We're getting some good Shadowcraft procs here. Might not even need to Thistletea. Not even going to Thistletea. Nice. Didn't have to Thistletea. That's not Hodge. Rip, man. These Hodges. No Hodge, no sword. Rip, rip, rip. But yeah, that was another clean kill. Didn't even need to T there. Got some good Shadowcraft procs. Today I will respect and solo farm this. You should be using Mongoose Elixir though. It's like one more piece of gear. Yeah, this is true. However, I'm telling you, I do not die when I do this unless Angerforge crits twice. So I actually don't need the elixir. If you don't kill them after he spawns, will they disappear? After 5 minutes, they will. I tanked the Shadow Skeleton and Skullo as prep Blade Flurry. Yeah, in a group maybe. I doubt you can solo that guy. I doubt you can solo that Skullo guy. He's pretty tough. I don't think there's a good... Maybe there's a good place to kite in there. But yeah. Just another... How many pieces do I have in my inventory right now? So I need a hearth for arrows. So I'll just go ahead and do that right now. I have at least 4 more runs in me with T. I don't necessarily need it every run. I can try and start saving it when it's a smooth kill. But it would be nice if I had more T. I guess I can pop like a flask or something. Oh, there's the gold for my auction houser. I should have enough to buy like the reflector now, the shadow one. Okay, I did need flash powder. Let me make some space. All right, how many do we have here? 1 axe, 2 axe, 3 axe, 4 axe, 5 axes, 3 armors, 4 armors, 5 armors. So I did at least 10 right there before hearthing. This is junk. Actually, I can disenchant this one. This one I can disenchant too. I sell the residue. Is there anything else to sell here? I'm not doing coffer runs at the moment, so I'm gonna sell my send my keys over to Bank Alt and get them back eventually. I have two Black Dragon skill shoulders have dropped doing these so far. Is there anything else? The Brilliant Shard. I'll send them to my disenchanting mats, dude. This guy can have all my alt. All right, that's done. Now I'm gonna buy some arrows, and I guess we just go right back into it. You're gonna try the dog. Good luck, Michael. It might be tough to kill Houselon or whatever. Is there anything else? I don't think I have anything on me here. Actually, I might be able to... I think I might be able to return some things. Let me go to this guy. I feel you on the reflector next on your list. You made a bunch of sappers, a bunch of grenades. Yeah, maybe I need to stock up. I haven't stocked up that much. All right. Return. Okay. At the very least, I can use some agility food now if I want. No crippling poison in inventory for some random world PvP. I've been literally just doing anger runs. So I haven't been doing any world PvP. But I do have... I think I have crippling poison somewhere. In my... Yep, I have crippling poison... No, that's not crippling poison. Where is it? I have 2. I think I have a couple stacks somewhere. Yeah, here. I have crippling poison in my bank. Or mailbox, I mean. So if I ever want to do anything, I'll take it with me. I guess I'll take some stacks of food. I guess I could use this Elixir of Giants when my Thistletea runs out. Do I really want an Elixir of Mongoose for this? Do I really want an Elixir? I don't think I need it. I want to save it. I've only died a couple times just to crits, so I think I've been doing them pretty smooth. But yeah, there's the epic mount finally. And I guess we're heading back. I don't think there's anything else I need. How many hours is this poison for? Use 4 an hour. It's 5 hours worth of poison. Should be okay, right? I do have more in there if I need it, but... You win an elixir, waste of gold. Yeah, I've been pretty consistently killing it. It's really just I had a couple deaths to crits just on anger. So I don't even know that an elixir would make a difference there. I kind of just got walloped and it wasn't close. Yeah, if you crit and die with it. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? Am I going to just vanish every time I get crit now to save the elixir? That's going to waste time. Got a crawl blade today, drop, pretty dope. Yeah, saved you 300 gold right there. Or you can sell it and get 300 gold. When should you use Thistle Tea in your rotation in raids, before or after Adrenaline Rush? Well, all that matters is that you press Thistle Tea and that you don't waste energy. So for example, I'm always watching my energy when I'm spending it. And so for example, if I'm at like 40 energy, I'll Sinister Strike. I'll wait for the Adrenaline proc. I'll go up to 40 again. I'll Sinister Strike. Now I'm at 0 energy, and I know my Adrenaline Rush energy tick is not for another second, and so I can safely T Sinister Strike without wasting energy. All that matters is that you press T when you are at 0 energy, or as close to 0 as possible, and you don't waste energy with the T. Now, I usually use it at the same time as my Adrenaline Rush because I'm usually either have a Crusader proc or Blood Fury going, so I want the T to get benefited from that. But you don't necessarily, there's no reason to use it at the same time as the Adrenaline Rush, I guess. It's more the other stuff you're using. What's the item for trinket swapping? The add-on is called Trinket Menu. How many Hodge runs have you done? I just logged out, but I think it would have told me with my DBM. I think I've killed Anger 74 times, 73 times, something like that. After I kill him again, we'll see the exact number. What about Shadowblade? Shadowblade is it's decent, but it's not pre-raid best in slot. The Bone Scraper is going to be better, and the Scarlet Chris is going to be better. With daggers, would you still use a Sinister Strike or wait the tick? Okay. When I'm playing daggers, I wait till I'm at 0 still. So for example, it's just a little more work. You have to be quick, and you have to wait for your energy tick to take you to 60, backstab T, backstab, and then you're good. But it's important that you don't T right before an energy tick, because even though it seems like you're at like 0 energy, and you press Thistle Tea, which is good, you immediately... Yeah, we're going to have Perception here. This is trouble. I'm going to wait for this guy's Perception to fade. I'm going to go around and try and sprint in. Did they all just zone in? No. We're still in trouble. I don't know where that warrior went. Is that him? Yeah, that's him. Alright, I'm going to sprint in. I don't think anyone else has Perception. We should be safe. But yeah, I don't ever Sinister Strike in raid as daggers. With the exception of if the boss is going to die in the next 2 seconds, and I know for certain, then maybe I'll press a Sinister Strike. Or if for some reason, like on Onyxia, I've pulled aggro of the Whelps, and I can't backstab. That's like really the only situation where I'm Sinistering. But yeah, onward to the Hodge grind. But if you set your Hurt the Kargath, it doesn't take too long to reset, get some arrows, check your mail. That's why I always try and put a bunch of mats in there. Did you reset? Instance automatically resets when you log out. So for example, you know it's reset because I'm running up to the doors and they are locked. This is a nice one though. You never have any doubt of, oh, did I reset? Did I not reset? I can't remember, because the doors are locked. So you know right away. Whereas like if I do Razorfin down runs, sometimes I can't tell if it's reset or not until I'm like halfway through the run. And I realize, oh, the boss is not there. I did not reset. Oh, I don't know if you've gone over this, but why using Chris over Bone Scraper? I use Chris over Bone Scraper whenever stamina matters. So if stamina does not matter, I use Bone Scraper. So in raid, I use Bone Scraper. But since right now I'm like killing elites and stuff, and I'm getting attacked and taking damage, stamina is good, so I'm going to use Scarlet Chris. I'm also going to use Scarlet Chris in PvP because stamina is good. So basically, if I'm in a situation where I want stamina, I use Chris. If it doesn't really matter, I'll use Bone Scraper. So and I always keep them on me. Sometimes it's nice to have a spare dagger if like Ragnaros breaks your weapon. I actually in raid last week I had to switch weapons mid combat against Ragnaros because he broke my weapon. So I always carry around like an extra weapon. Should I Crusader your Crawl Blade? Yeah, I would. Crawl Blade's really good for a while until you get Brutality Blade. It's gonna be really good. You can just kind of give up on farming Dalrens and just use Crawl Blade. That's what I would do if I had it. For swords, you double Crusader your weapons. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna wait for this dude. Time to make some band-aids. I'd like to see your RFD runs to see how you kill the whole instance. It's really pretty simple. You go in stealth, you stealth to the skeleton, you kill the skeleton, you look for chests along the way, and you kill the groups to loot the chests. But yeah, you just stealth the skeleton in RFD, kill him. You immediately go to the last boss, kill him, and then on the way out, you kill the fat guy, Glutton. That's pretty much it. Rinse, repeat. Okay. Why Crusader? Thought you want plus weapon damage. You want plus weapon damage for the main hand, not the offhand. For daggers. The offhand, Crusader is going to be better on the offhand. But a main hand dagger, you want plus striking. Okay. Gouge. Okay, we should. I'm going to gouge one more time just to make sure that my kidney's not DR'd. You Crusader swords, what's your choice for daggers? You go striking on the main hand, Crusader on the offhand. Leave me alone, Destroyer. Leave me alone. Gouge. Am I greedy enough? Are we going to kill him here? I'm going to just eviscerate. Backstab eviscerate. Uh-oh. Need a pot here. We're good. We're good. I could have potted. We're good, though. I got a little greedy at the end. I should have just kept kiting. What is your main hand dagger? It is Gut Gore Ripper. What do you think about a Bone Scraper offhand for PvP? It's really good. I would use the Chris instead of it, but Bone Scraper is really good for offhand PvP. How much are free action potions on your server? I think they're like 5 gold, but... Drudy asking me if I got Perdition Blade. Yeah, I got Perdition Blade, and I like disenchanted it, man. Decided not to use it. But no, Judy, I did not get a Perdition Blade. Otherwise, I would be using it right now. Dillinger would put Bone Scraper in offhand, Scarlet Chris main hand. Does he have both? Scarlet Chris is a little too fast for a main hand. I would try and find a slower main hand. Oops, I was already in stealth. Bone Scraper main hand, Scarlet Chris offhand is pre-raid. Okay, I missed it, Dillinger. I would try and get a slower weapon for main hand. I would put Chris in the main hand until you get another one, but I would try and get a slower weapon. Scarlet Chris is still a good main hand, but it's a little on the fast side. I guess I'll slice and dice here. We're in for the long haul with these guys. Do I need to vanish here? Sometimes you just have to vanish and reset if you get crit. Yeah, I just have to vanish here. Unfortunate. So I'm just going to have to take another go at these guys. Sometimes you get crit too many times, you just have to vanish. But we didn't kill anyone here. So that was not a successful attempt, but you can always just kill the other guys and come back to them. Okay. Yeah, I figured that out, Kung Pao. Okay, well, I think... Crawl with a Bone Scraper for Hemo. That's good. Yeah, that's a good combo. What is a good main hand dagger you can get outside of raids? You can get Shadowfoot Stabber. If you have a lot of money, you can get a Heart Seeker. You can... I wouldn't get Barman Shanker for PvP. It's terrible. The proc is too bad. Scarlet or Distracting Dagger for offhand. Distracting Dagger is only good in raiding and only good if you need the weapon skill. Where are you from? Because your accent is really nice. I'm from the United States. Distracting Dagger, 100%. Distracting Dagger. Distracting Dagger is only good in raiding, but not. Did I get Perdition Blade? Can't remember, man. That memory always gets me. All right. This guy's hitting me hard today. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, I think this is where you run for the hills, guys. You don't have to do this often. Hopefully we get there. I might have to pot here. Yeah, we didn't make it. Didn't have potion. Yeah, so basically a combination of things happened there. Number one, my sap broke in 10 seconds. So occasionally that happens where your sap breaks in 10 seconds. Hope that if that happens, that you're free to kite, but I hadn't killed the barrel mobs yet, so I couldn't run over there and do the kiting. So you have to just sprint for the window and try and jump out of the window. Now, because my vanish wasn't up. So I tried doing this, but I was already down to 40% health, and I didn't have a potion off cooldown yet, so I just went for the window, didn't get there. But rip. Any chance you could show how to get back in the building if you go out the window? Yeah. You just jump. Jump along the edge. But yeah, that's what I was going for. I was going for the window, but couldn't get there in time. It's pretty annoying though. The sap, I don't know what it is about sap, but randomly it will just break after like 10 seconds. It rarely ever happens, but against mobs 5 levels lower, it'll just randomly break. Now, if I had evasion up there, if I had, I could have tried fighting it for a little bit and then burning one down, blinding the other, bandaging, but I just did a quick check, saw that I didn't have vanish, I didn't have a potion, I didn't have evasion, and I just tried to make it to the door, or to the window, but I couldn't get there in time. I was actually really close. Once you get past that group, you made it 100%. So if I had a potion, I would have made it, but did not get there in time. Your sap ticks can get resisted. Yeah, I know, but like it gets, basically it's pretty unlucky to get a 10-second one. It just breaks really early, sometimes awkwardly, and you just die. Yeah, but those are the 3 ways I die. It's funny, I was talking about, there's only, I mentioned I hadn't died yet, and I said there's only 3 ways I ever die. If I get disconnected, if I get crit twice by Angerforge, or if my sap breaks in 10 seconds. And then out of the next like 5 runs, 3 of those things have happened. It's pretty unlucky. What is the threat on you use? It raid details. You see, it's called Details Tiny Threat Plugin. So you get details, and then if you get the install that comes with Tiny Threat, I think most of them do, you just enable it, and then you can use Tiny Threat. What do you use for PvP talents? It's in the description, but I use a PvP dagger spec that goes for Cold Blood and for improved backstab as well as prep. But there's other builds that are good too. You don't have to go for Cold Blood if you're playing daggers. It's not quite as good as it is for like Hemo spec. But Cold Blood's still really fun. Maybe next time I respec, I'll go for I won't go for Cold Blood and see how I like it. You don't use it as much as you do if you're combat, or if you're playing daggers as you do as Hemo. Threat add-ons to be accurate, everyone has to be using the same one. I found the add-on to be pretty accurate. There's a couple times when I can tell it's way off, like fights like Onyxia, it's just always going to be way off. Do we want to vanish or do we want to kill this guy? We can just kill this guy. It takes a second. Yeah, this guy crit us a bunch of times, but we still should be fine. For the strat against these fire guards, these caster ones, you can trick them into casting. So for example, I want him to cast here. So you can either LOS it, but you can wait for him to cast it and then gouge him. That way he doesn't melee you. So you'd actually rather them cast it and you can kick and stuff than get meleeed. So like if you want against these fire guards, you can make it so there's like a 0% chance you get meleeed from them. Okay. Although keep in mind, might get elemental fire. Yeah, I usually don't kill him unless I accidentally pull him. But I was trying to sprint by him and I didn't see him. I pulled him, but they're really easy to kill. Oh, Rob, you on Incendius? Oh, I said I was going to show you guys the skip. So basically, this is what I was trying to do. When I had all those mobs, I was right at the end of the hall. What I was trying to do is run down the hall and then jump out this window. And if you jump out this window, it will evade them. Like I can... Hey, bud. Like, if you're out here, they'll evade. And then you'll lose combat. So, this is what I was trying to do earlier. Now you're just going to run along this wall. You kind of just... You just hold right and you just trust. It feels like you're going to fall, but you're not. And then you get up and then you just run along this edge. Oops, I actually screwed it up. You can also jump here if you want it even faster. But you get back up here. You're just going to jump, jump, jump to get to about here. Then you want to try and run into it. And then you get up and you just run along here and you'll just drop right back in. So that's how you get back in. Did you get Hodge while I was gone? I will not be in here anymore. The second I get Hodge, I'm leaving BRD. So that'll be a clue. But yeah, not yet. Not yet, Cameron. Yeah, onward to... We still have the trash to kill. That blows. Well, you know, I would be happy if I get a sword as well as the Hodge. I kind of want the general sword. That'd be neat, but so far none of that either. All right. Here goes everything. Okay. So Blade Flurry, Adrenaline Rush right before the tick. Okay, we're in good shape. We haven't been crit like crazy. We're doing fine this time. The Dragoon is harder to kill than the Marshal, so you would prefer that you get a Marshal spawned here, but you can see we're still doing fine. Okay. Now I'm going to bandage this guy. Now, if this sap doesn't break, we should be able to kill the Destroyer. He crit us, but we're still pretty healthy. Okay. Now from here, I'm just going to press Vanish. Did I really not get Vanishing Powder out of my mailbox? Rip. I'm going to have to get some of that at some point. I have it in the mailbox, though. I just forgot to get it. Can I make you jealous really quick? I'll give you some hints on how you can do that. Do you have Perdition Blade or Hand of Justice? That's my guess, Cameron, but you can go ahead. Try your best to make me jealous. What do you got? Okay. So hopefully the sap doesn't break this time. So I'll kill this guy first. Now we just do stun lock. Stun lock fun. Oh, okay. Yeah, rip. Gouge. I'm gonna kidney into backstab. We gouge again. You inspire me to run BRD really quick. You got Hodge your second run. Well, I'm glad it's working for someone. We've confirmed that a solo rogue run doesn't... I don't know if you did solo, but if you did it solo, we at least know that there's a chance it drops. Pew. Alright, we should have a full kidney now. Gouge. Slowly getting this guy down. But you wouldn't be jealous if he had a Core Hound Tooth? I mean, Core Houndtooth is really good, but right, like for me personally, I already have a Gutcore Ripper, so Core Houndtooth is not huge on my list. I'd rather have a Perdition Blade. I was running. I'm probably not going to get Core Houndtooth for a long time because I was giving Gutcore Ripper. Unfortunately, that's the curse of Gutcore Ripper. Basically, you have a really good dagger. However, you now are going to be last in line in your raid group to get both of the really good daggers. So I still will be able to get a Perdition Blade, but I'm not allowed to get Core Houndtooth until I'm like the last, the last rogue drop. You have 2 Gutcore Rippers next in line for Purd. Yeah, Gutcore Rippers are good though. It's just sometimes it could be awkward if you like lose priority on the better daggers because you have it. Are Wrens worth farming for a sword spec rogue? I mean, I wouldn't do it. If I was a sword rogue, I would buy a crawl blade and be done with it. A couple people have gotten really lucky and got them in like the first 15 runs or whatever, but I do not enjoy doing Ubers. I do not think that is a fun instance to run. I don't think it's a fun instance to pug. I think it's a really low drop rate for the sword. If I was a sword rogue, I would just go crawl blade, mirror song, and wait for a raid weapon. I wouldn't farm Dalrens. What's the add-on that displays Omni CC? I think might do that as well, but I'm using classic aura durations. All right, I think I'll just blind this guy just to make sure we don't die. Am I running a little blinding powder too? Okay, so at some point I need to get some more vanishing powder and some more blinding powder. Okay, I'm gonna try and grab Core Houndtooth to replace your Gutcore Ripper. Yeah, you definitely want Perdition Blade Core Houndtooth, but sometimes once you get a Gutcore Ripper, it can be pretty hard to actually to be able to roll on 2 more daggers after that, which kind of sucks. But would you say it's worth using an Assassin Blade over Crawl? I don't remember how good Assassin Blade is. It's not. If you can't afford the Crawl, I mean, yeah, you can go for that as an upgrade. I would just use Thrash Blade until you can afford Crawl. I mean, Crawl Blade is quite a bit better than Thrash Blade, though. It hits way harder. So I think Thrash Blade is expensive, but I would get it if I were a rogue. I wouldn't Thrash Blade until raid if I couldn't help it. The extra crit is nice from Assassination. Yeah, but like with main hand weapons, stats are kind of less important. The main thing that matters on the main hand is the weapon damage. So even though it does have the crit, it doesn't end up outweighing too much. Okay, let's see. Let's mow down these little guys. Okay, we're gonna get this. Nice. We got all the little guys, and we're at a decent health pool. Oh, on to Anger. What's the add-on where you can switch trinkets really easily? Trinket menu. I think I'm gonna do like a video on my trinkets soon, or I mean add-ons, because people are always asking about add-ons. So I think I'll just make an add-on video. I don't really have any secret add-ons, but I mean, Aura Durations is really good. So that was a really nice one. I don't know, rogues in my guild were using Crawl Miras, and I usually out-damaged or was right behind them. Well, see, this is what I mean. Like, it's really hard to say stuff like that because, yeah, okay, you even acknowledge that. There's a lot that plays into damage numbers. It's really hard to pin down certain things because what if Wind Fury or something wasn't up if you're on Horde the same amount of times? What if, you know, you had different buffs, different consumables? What if you're just a better player than them? So it's really hard to get any type of testing in terms of damage in Classic. It kind of sucks, but like there's a lot of things that could make you do more damage than someone else. And so, for example, I'll see people say like, oh yeah, there's a Shadowcraft rogue in my guild, and I always out-damage him. Shadowcraft set's not good. And it's like, well, you know, we really can't know for sure, you know, how good a player that person is. If maybe the rest of their gear isn't good. It's just DPS numbers are pretty hard to tell. And that doesn't even take into account, like, on certain raid fights, like, let's say they just have a bad fight. I mean, maybe they got knocked back or something in a bad spot during their cooldowns. A lot of stuff can happen. Okay. You may have talked about this already. What's the primary way you farm gold as a rogue? I did RFD runs. Did he really not hit me? Okay, he only hit me once. I gotta say, I used Crawl, Dalrend, Offhand. Well, yeah, Dalrend Offhand is not good. And why would you use Dalrend Offhand with Crawl, but then Mira's with Thrash? I think Hodge or Crawl is going to be better than your Thrash Blade Aryen, but I definitely agree with you that Mira's Song is better than the Offhand for Dalrend if you don't have the set bonus. I agree there. But yeah, like, so you're getting a lot of extra procs from like Thrash Blade, but at the same time you have to consider that every single Shadowcraft proc is going to do less damage if you have a worse weapon in. So like Thrash Blade, you're getting more procs, but each proc is less valuable because your weapon hits a lot less hard than Crawl Blade. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Okay, with daggers, I find it's 100% when it comes to topping the meters how your opener goes, pre-rated. I think the biggest thing that determines DPS is just like, for me at least, I feel like I always do well unless I have some weird assignment. So on some fights, I have to like CC certain mobs or kick certain mobs. So unless I get like some weird assignment, I usually do well. Or if I like screw up and get myself killed. I usually don't die too much, but I did last week on Sulfuron or Lucifron. On Lucifron, I somehow pulled the boss. Is this farm possible with swords? It's even better with swords. It's not that good with daggers. I'm only using daggers because I have daggers. But yeah, it is better with swords. So if you have swords, you're going to even do better than me. All right, so we got him right down to 43%. That was a little risky. I was kind of distracted. Didn't even realize how close I was cutting it. But either way, we have him at 43%. So we're ready for the next part. Would Thrash offhand be better than Assassins? Probably not. Thrash is not that good in the offhand. Is it better to replace the Devil Sword set when you get Night Slayer Bloodfang? Yep. You usually want two pieces. If you lose the set bonus, it's usually not worth just equipping one. Would it be okay to use sword main hand with dagger offhand, or better to use the same weapon type? In raiding, you want to use the same type so that you benefit from the combat specialization talents. So for example, if you are playing a sword and a dagger, then you can't really take advantage of sword spec or dagger spec efficiently. But in PvP, it's fine, Spire. Or I mean Mag. Mag asked this one. Mag 77. All right, here we go. It's Angerforge time. I'm going to see if I can try and greed my tea, because I only have 4 of it. And, but yeah, shoot the bow. See if it takes him below. Oh, we're definitely going now. Okay. Okay, I used a big potion because we got a little unlucky with crits. Are we still okay? Do I need to T? Question mark. I do not need to T. Nice. A little close for comfort there. But I'm just finished now and we're good. But yeah, no Hodge. Rip. On to the next run. But how many vanishing powders am I at? 3 more? This might only be one to 2 more runs. My Hearth is going to be up soon. As soon as my Hearth is up, I can just Hearth the Kargath. It doesn't take that long to run back, like 5 minutes. And I have flash powder in my mailbox. I just forgot to pick it up. Knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, that's not a Hodge, unfortunately. We can start a, where is it? It's up here. There's our first. Oh, since her thing, there's our first. Are RFD runs better than BRD pickpocket? They are easier. They are more fun. And I would say I was getting better gold than what some people. I was getting about 60 gold an hour doing the Razor Fin Downs runs. And so I think some people say, like, isn't pickpocketing like 50, 60 an hour? So, but I liked RFD better. What situations do you use your DM trinket? I use my DM trinket pretty much any time I'm not fighting low-level enemies, at least until I get the Hodge to drop. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Pickpocket some flash powder. That's actually a good idea. Get some blinding powder too. Are RFD runs only good if you're an enchanter? That's correct. You have to disenchant them. But yeah, I use DM trinket pretty much all the time unless I'm hitting lower level enemies. So I'm not certain. I think I might be hit capped against these a lot of these guys with my autos. I don't know exactly, but I feel like I don't need to hit that much when I'm hitting like 55s. So, but I should check. I don't think I miss, but I'll keep an eye out for my misses and see if actually does this add on to. I had disabled my damage meter, but okay. You get 50, 60 gold now doing pickpocket. Yep, seems about standard for what I've been seeing. For BRD, you have to be hemo. Yep, cold blood spec. Yeah, you can do the RFD runs with any spec. Good way to make money is solo farming the enemies in Elbers that drop the Rogue of the Archmage. Yep. I know, yeah, I know the way to get to them too. You can just drop down pretty quick. Yeah, you have to kill the bosses to make gold on the pickpocket runs. Depends how much brilliant shards go. Yeah, if they're like 3 gold, you can make a good 60 golden. But if they're like 2 gold or yeah, if they're like 2 gold, you're obviously going to lose a lot. Should you use 6-piece Shadowcraft or 4-piece with True Strike Night Slayer? I would use 6 at Shadowcraft, but it's up to you. Is Seal Fate good prep good for PvP? Or using a lot not being able to go into improved backstab? The problem is Sealed Fate is terrible without improved backstab. So normally I would say especially with Sealed Fate, you have to get this talent. If you are playing Sealed Fate without improved backstab, it's just not worth it. You're never ever going to be it's not going to be good ever. Cuz you need a ton of crits with Sealed Fate for it to be good, and losing 30% by not taking improved backstab is just a killer. Is Distracting Dagger really worth it? Only for raiding. Only for raiding. It's a good offhand. Till you have 310 weapon skill. If you have the Core Age leather gloves, Distracting Dagger is not good anymore. Okay. Is there anything else? I don't think I missed anything. Is that Shadowfoot Stabber Sledge? This is a Gut Gore Ripper. Okay, I think I caught up now. I was a little slow with the gouge there. Shouldn't have even needed to parry that melee. Yeah, we gun this guy. And the kiting begins. Oh, nice. So we kite him so that he does that fireball and he wastes it. Oh, this is going to get sketchy. Hopefully it's not DR'd. Okay, we just died. Ah, that's awkward. I should have potioned faster. I haven't died on one of these guys in forever. I just screwed up that time. Basically, if your gouge gets parried, you need to account for that. My gouge got parried twice, and I did not potion or cooldown, and I needed to. So that was just me being a noob. But yeah, if you're fighting the fire guards and you get 2 parries on your gouges, then you have to pop some cooldown. But yeah. So at this point, I would say like 2-manning it would probably be more efficient if you're screwing up like I am. I think this is probably my first error. I think the other 3 times I got... I don't think I could have done anything, but But yeah, if you screw up like once every like hour or so, I think it's still pretty efficient. So I guess I'm still on track, but it's been a little unlucky before. But I definitely messed up there. As soon as you get the second gouge, you just have to be, you can't be greedy anymore. If 2 gouges parry, so I had to potion there. Yeah, and I got whacked and then fireballed. I was pressing kidney. As soon as the kidney goes off, I'm fine. But I was too greedy. I should have just potted or something. But yeah, we got wrecked. But those fire guards, they're no joke. That's why I always kite them, and that's why it's really bad if your gouge parries or dodges or whatever, because they hit too hard. You need to kite them. You need to try and have them waste their fireball. Boomstick is better than Satyr's Bow Black Crow. This is true, but barely. And I don't even know if I would prefer a boomstick if I was playing Shadowcraft, because Shadowcraft, you really want hit once you have the Shadowcraft set. But yeah, I wouldn't farm it, Kevin, if you already have the bow. It's a pretty low drop rate. Is a weapon swing timer really needed? If you are playing swords, yeah, because you have a ton of auto resets. If you are playing daggers, not really. There's like a marginal edge that you gain for like Wind Furies, but because Wind Fury resets your swing timer. So like if you're playing dagger and you really want to min max, you can use a swing timer. I have found that using a swing timer causes me to lose damage as daggers because I'm playing Shadowcraft, because you kind of end up delaying your backstab until the right time. And what ends up happening is then you get a Shadowcraft proc and you waste energy. So honestly, with dagger, I don't really advise doing a swing timer. Even if you're horde side, even if there is Wind Fury, I don't think I would recommend using a swing timer for daggers. Just because, yes, you're gonna keep an eye on your swing timer and you might get an extra hit in. However, you're gonna be worse off if you are losing energy. Are these all rogues? Look at all these noob rogues dying trying to solo Angerforge. Lol. But yeah, that's basically the swing timer. But with swords, it's better. It's also easier with swords because you aren't risking maxing out your energy every time you're like waiting for the swing timer, quite like daggers. All right, let's go kill that Fireguard Destroyer. We're killing this guy for the Fire Elemental again. Nice. We tricked him into casting. We just kick. This guy's super easy to kill. He's 51 too. Elemental Fire? Elemental Fire? Incoming? I actually got an Elemental Fire on one of my other runs earlier. That's not an Elemental Fire. But yeah, still a little low on Vanishing Powder. I wish I had more, but I might do, where am I at? I've been streaming a while. I might just do more runs until I run out of Vanishing Powder, and then I might call it. And I'll probably be doing more Hodge runs tonight, but eventually we'll get it. Is 2 times Tarnished Ring that much better than Blackstone Painweaver combo if you're already at 9%? Basically, Tarnished Elven Ring is a little bit better than Painweaver and a fair bit better than Blackstone Ring. So if you want the best possible rings, these are better. However, Painweaver is like barely worse than Tarnished Elven Ring. Barely. But they're pretty easy to get. Just do a few tribute runs. They're a high drop rate. Should be no problem. Just pickpocket on your way more than you could possibly use. Yeah, I could stop and I could go by the arena and pickpocket. I guess it's really only just powder that I need, but regardless, I'm gonna call it in a few more kills anyway. But yeah, it's a good idea. Okay, make sure you don't pull that guy. Shoot a bow shot. Gouge. We got hit by the fireball. We didn't time it perfectly. Actually didn't need to run here. I should have kidneyed him in place. I'm gonna run up to try and stop the fireball. Gouge again. Yeah, I can get him. The problem is if I do it in the middle of the run, if I waste Vanish by getting resisted, I can't complete the run. I have to wait 5 minutes because you need Vanish to do this. So I could stop doing these runs, go to the arena and pickpocket some, but I can't really risk pickpocketing along the way because if I get resisted, I have to wait 5 minutes and it kind of screws up the run, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm a new rogue, but how does optimizing swim timers work? Basically, it has to do with having items like Thrashblade and sword specialization talent. And basically, if you get an extra swing, it replaces your upcoming auto attack. So you want to only replace your auto attack right after you've completed it, basically. Doesn't the fight last close to 5 minutes? Yes, but like for example, I need to vanish on these guys. If I was playing Swords Rave, I probably wouldn't need to, but I have to vanish after killing these guys because I'm daggers. So, like if I were to pickpocket just a second ago and get resisted, I have to wait 5 minutes right now. Okay. There's no way Tarnished Elven Ring is better than Paving Weaver if you're already hit capped. Yeah, you're not going to be hit capped yet, though. If you're soft hit capped, it's still better. Okay. I actually misclicked a potion there. Fat fingered, but whatever. It'll just make it easier. Pop all our CDs. Did I slice and dice? No, I was a little slow on the slice and dice. That's what I fat fingered my potion instead of. Are we really getting walloped like this? Feels bad. Eviscerate. Alright. I think we got crit too much. I'm going to vanish here. Yeah, sometimes you can kill him depending on crits. If you're sword spec, you probably can kill him a lot more consistently, but this happens to be a decent bit. I just come back to him after I kill these two. Got it, just tuned in. Yeah, no problem, Rave. But that's the reason why I don't pickpocket along the way, because if it gets resisted, it kind of just slows me down 5 minutes. I could no, but I'm going to vanish. A lot of times I vanish after killing Anger too because of the ads. But if I don't have to use it, I could do some pickpocketing on the way out. All right, here's hoping that sap doesn't break in 10 seconds. All right. So 6-piece Shadowcraft with 2-piece Devil Sword is the recommended pre-raid bis. Yep. Okay. Yeah, rip. I just missed a backstab because of the bug. Where the mobs turn around. Unfortunate. Okay, there's the sap break. Okay, I'm gonna try and... We should be good here. Yeah, we killed the Marshal plenty fast. So now I'm going to just fight this Dragooner normally. When I get low, I'll just blind bandage. Oh, I keep getting thrown off by these gouges. It's like 2 or 3 in a row where they got flipped around. All right, I think this is behind. I think we should be okay here. There we go. Gouge. And I'll catch up on chat in a second as soon as I kill this guy. I'm a little low, and I might need to blind bandage, so playing it safe at the moment. I think I can greed and not blind bandage here. Shall we? Let's play it safe. Yeah, after the cleave, I'm going to definitely play it safe. Yeah, I'm with Rave there, that no matter what, the Tarnished Ring's better. Okay. Even recommend Shadowcraft for normal dungeons, not just raids. Yeah, Shadowcraft is good for PvP too. Shadowcraft's really good. Isn't 6-piece with True Strike and Cadaverous better than Devil Sore? No. No, I'm pretty sure True Strike is like a decent, it's like a decent bit over Shadowcraft, but I think the bracers are better upgrade over the shoulders with True Strike. I don't know. I think Shadow Panther has some whack stat weights though, Rave. Like I think their agility stat weight is like it assumes that you're playing Alliance, right? Which is kind of awkward. Wait, did sap literally break in 2 seconds? I've never had a sap break this fast. Okay, we're gonna have to do some MacGyvering then. Unfortunate that sap broke in like 5 seconds, but we're not hosed. We still got a chance here. It's just gonna take a little bit. We're gonna have to do some kiting like you do with anger. So I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna jump back here, and I should be good for a bandage for a little while here. Okay, then how is Bracers of Eclipse BIS? That's what I meant. Like I think Bracers of Eclipse is a bigger upgrade over Shadowcraft Bracers than what's the other one called? Than True Strike over man, I got walloped there. I took too much damage. This is gonna take a while. In 50 seconds we can vanish if I'm still not killing things that quickly. But we'll see. Yeah, I've never had a 4-second sap. Even 10 seconds would have been better than what we just had there. So I'm going to have to just kite for a while. I think I'm just going to vanish in 30 seconds, honestly. This guy's too high health. I don't have blind up. So this is kind of awkward, but we should live here. And just give it another go and hope. Whoops. That might cost me that I failed my jump there. I failed it this many times. All right, now we have the potion. Might have to... Do I need a big potion? We're 3 seconds. 2, 1. We're just going to vanish here. All right, we're good now. But yeah, basically we had to do a bunch of tricks to try and survive for a little bit there because sap lasted 5 seconds. And that's pretty unlucky. I've never had it break that quickly. But the sap just instantly broke. Bracers of the Eclipse is BIS even over Night Slayer unless you're getting the supplement. Yes, I'm with you there. There's 2 sets of stat weights in contention, Shadow Panther and autos. I think the biggest thing about Shadow Panther is their agility stat weight is just incorrect. It's never, unless you are playing Alliance with Blessing of Kings, agility is not worth 2 attack power. If you look at their crit and their attack power ratio and then their agility ratio, Shadow Panthers just don't add up unless you're playing Alliance. Just to clarify, we should only use Satyr Bow over the Boomstick if you aren't at the 9% soft cap. Yes, and me personally, I would probably use the Satyr Bow over the Boomstick if I'm running Shadowcraft. All right. I kind of want to wait 30 seconds just to make sure on this guy because the Destroyer I kind of want to kill quick. So I'll wait another 30 seconds, but got a little unlucky with that last sap, so we're wasting a little time. They're about the same. No, doesn't Shadow Panther list agility at 2 attack bar? Unless they've updated it recently. I'm pretty sure he lists attack power at 2. Okay. Well, we got walloped. Okay. We should be fine, though, with Adrenaline Rush here. And then afterwards, we can just blind the Dragoon. Should be good. As soon as our evasion fades, I'm going to kidney. Get some backstabs in, and he should go down here. Okay. Easy peasy. Where's this guy at? Okay. And I'll catch up with chat in a second here. Just try not to die. Die a horrible death. Are we going to die from cleave here? Cleave crit. I'll do an early kidney. I might need a baby pod here. I guess I'll just blind early. I'm just trying to stall for the band-aid. Okay, Shadow Panther is a flat 2. Yeah, I don't think that's just correct, though. You're brave doing this as daggers. It's usually pretty smooth. We've had a little bit of bad RNG, I would say, the last couple runs, but usually it's really smooth. I have pretty decent gear, so I'm able to do it as daggers. I wouldn't really recommend it if you don't have really good gear. Okay. So those two guys are usually easier. We had to work hard for this one, but there goes the trash. Okay. Whoops, failed our jump. And up we go, and we eat our food. All right, let me catch up now on chat. 6%. Auto has a 1.8 for previs, 2.2 for bis. Soft cap. Yeah, I calced it about 150. I mean, I took my raid logs. It was a rough estimate. I didn't account for like a lucky fight or anything. It was just rough numbers. 150 attack power. Could it be 100 attack power? Could be 200? Yeah. But I found it definitely better than the pre-raid, rest of the pre-raid. But again, it was a very rough spreadsheet with my character's gear. So for my character, it was worth about 150 attack power on average. But I underestimated a little too. I wasn't accounting for the combo points that you gain from the Shadowcraft. So in my calculation, it would be a little higher than 150. But that was just for my character's gear and rough numbers and all that. But definitely very valuable. Okay, well, if you just get walloped like that and a lot of crits, you're going to have to drop down really early. Okay, finish this guy off. I think we have one more reservist. Yep. So we're going to be a little slow on this one because we got bopped. This isn't for gold. This is for Hodge. Yep. Just for Hodge. And eventually we'll get the Hodge and I can stop doing this. But have not had the best of luck yet. Really? Shadow Panther calcs it at 60 AP? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. So Shadow Panther, can you believe that? Shadow Panther calculates that the 6 set is like only, you know, a little bit better than the 4 set. That's crazy to me. I was in on Friday, Molten Core. Some of the rogues in my guild that play swords, like this one guy, every fight, because he's running, you know, full sword Shadowcraft, he just had like 200 extra energy a fight. It was crazy. There was multiple fights where he had like 7 Shadowcraft procs. It's crazy. 32 runs for your Hodge. My last 15 were a triple Druid Rogue stealth run. Yep. I'm finding the solo runs, I mean, I kind of got, the last few I've done have been a little shaky, but out of the last like 20 runs I've done, I think I've only died like 4 times, maybe 5 times. But once you get it down, you really only die if you have a unlucky sap break and you don't have cooldowns ready, or if you, and I'm not really paying attention, I should be fighting this guy more, but, or if you get like double crit by anger at the end. But it definitely gets easier if you're playing swords. I also don't have that good of swords, so like even though it seems like noob to not use swords on this fight, I don't even have anything really good. I would be using Thrashblade, Mirror Song if I was respecing to swords. Man, I really just failed this jump 4 times in a row. It's awkward. All right, I'm working on it, but I can't get the full Shadowcraft set. I've replaced 3 pieces of Shadowcraft with Bloodfang, Night Slayer. So now you need the hardest pieces to get. Yeah, it sucks. I ended up, it took me a while, but I finally got all 8 sets of the Shadowcraft so I could switch things around. So like I only have 2 pieces that aren't Shadowcraft, and they're the only 2 raid pieces I have that occupy those slots. So I was able to get it to work for me. So running Thrash Mirror is top your raid's DPS. Yeah. Okay. Wow, he's not hitting me that much. I'm getting lucky this run. Okay, we'll Band-Aid. Once I get Dalren, Viscag, Brutality Blade, your Deeps is going to be nuts. Yep. That's why I'm excited for a Purd. Whew. How do you deal with 4 ranged Gudman ads? You kind of have to do a little bit LOS. I haven't actually gotten it yet. I got it 3 ranged ads once, but you can do it. Basically, you just need to try and stall and let Angerforge run, and then you drop down Blade Flurry and kill them all really quickly. They die really fast. So if you get the 4 ranged, you just need to try and split up Angerforge from them. Worst case scenario, you can just evasion and kill them all, and then sprint back up here. But if you can try and separate Angerforge from the 4 ranged guys, then that's best. How much better is Dalren set over Crawl Mira? I mean, big enough to Ren farm for days. I wouldn't personally Ren farm for days. That's just me, though. It is a decent bit better. I'm not going to tell you that the Dalrens are like marginally better. It's a decent bit better, but I personally wouldn't farm. If I was a Sword Rogue, I would not farm for the Dalrens. My guild has 6 Purd Rogues. We have 12 Rogues split over 2 raids. We're down to giving Purds for PvP. Yeah, my guild has only cleared Molten Core 6 times now. So, no, and we are not split rating yet. We're going to be split rating soon. Okay, I'm going to jump down. 44%. I don't want to risk it. So, shoot him one more time, and we'll be... Okay, we crit. All right, so now I'm going to wait. Double check. Yep, nothing should be spawned. It's really only 40 to 41%. I'm going to chill here, bandage up, and then go again. But yeah, I wouldn't really farm the Dalrens if you already have Crawlblade. I would just go for Crawlblade and just skip it altogether. I feel like the Uber's farm's pretty brutal. Okay, I'm going to drop down. Okay, our Band-Aid just came up, so I'm going to Band-Aid now. Okay. You have 80 people, 2 MCs, 4 Anis. Yeah, we're going to, I think, once we have like 60 people, we might just try and 30-man 2 of them. Hey, I'm also a rogue, and I've been having conflicts between using Crusader and Superior Striking as best enchant. Crusader on the offhand, Rocky, Striking on the main hand. All right, so I'm going to bow here. Slice and dice. Couple Sinisters. Pop all the cooldowns. Baby pot so that I can use my Blood Rage. There's our Eviscerate. Sinister, there's a T. I got a Shadowcraft right as I T'd. Kind of sucks, but I T'd just in case. We're doing pretty good on health. Should be pretty clean this time. Get him down. Trying to save a Vanish here. Yeah, I didn't get it. The loot took me... I need that add-on that makes you loot faster. Now I have to Vanish. But yeah, I think I'm caught up on the chat. But yeah, I guess I'll go Pickpocket. I think you can do that. Maybe I'll Pickpocket near... That's what I'll do. I'll Pickpocket near the window so I can just jump out if I need to. And I guess I'll try and Pickpocket for some... powder real quick. My guild doesn't have enough active players to do Ubers. Yeah, maybe you need a new guild, Max, if your guild can't even do Ubers. Might need a new guild. Alright, give me some lockboxes. Well, that was a quick resist. The 3rd pickpocket resisted. Yep, I always screw up this jump. Alright, you just hug the wall. Spam jump. I screwed up again. Here we go. Spam jump. Okay. I think I can go up a little higher. Oh, I had it, and then I screwed it up again. I'm always so trash. I've done this before, too. I'm trash at this jump. I don't know what it is. Okay, so Zatar, how are you going about stat weighting from... I think autos is pretty good. Did I really screw it up again? All right. That's it. No, I'm not looking at chat. I'm going to get the jump. Actually, terrible at jumping. Okay. It's literally right there. It's right there. Hey, we did it. Oh my gosh, that was embarrassing. Okay. So Zatar, how are you going about stat weighting? Scaling from autos pre-bis into endgame bis. 22-ish for crit, endgame bis 29. AP more important or crit chance for sword rogues? So I haven't done nearly as much math as a lot of the other, like I didn't play private server, so I haven't not done as much research into like the full bis and how it all bears out once you get into rating. So I'll probably just trust some other sources for that. Like I'll just go with autos and until, you know, someone else goes otherwise, but I don't really have a good way to do a lot of testing for the raid bis stuff, and I didn't really play private server, so I don't know too much about the post raid bis stat weighting. At the end of the day, the post bis stat weights doesn't really matter until you get to multiple raids start coming out and you have competing items. Excuse me, coming through. Guess we're running out the front. I guess so. I could try and... There's a couple ways I could get out, but I'll just... Are you macroing the pickpockets? I don't have the add-on that... There's like some add-on, some... Starts with an L. Leatrix or something that auto-loots for you. But I don't have that add-on. Because I don't usually pickpocket farm. Oh, you're getting crit too much, boot? Yeah, sometimes if you get crit twice, you just die. Need some vanishing powder, though. It would have been nice to start looking for vanishing powder when I had one vanishing powder. Yeah, Leatrix, yep. I did one pickpocket run, and I was like, yeah, this is just too boring. So I do RFD farms instead. Is it worth it to learn or use wound poison? Yeah, wound poison is... I guess you use it in Battlegrounds, but I don't really ever use it in duels. And we don't have Battlegrounds out yet, but... Wound poison would be... Yeah, I do have auto loot. Yeah, but there's Leatric Plus can make it even faster than just regular auto looting. I stick to crippling poison right now for like world PvP and stuff, but when Battlegrounds come out, you're gonna use wound poison. But yeah, I hardly ever use wound poison right now. It's a little bit faster. I don't think it's that big of a deal. All right. Can we get a lockbox? Give me some powder. Give me some powder. I haven't tried the add-on, so I don't know if it's light years faster, but I figured it was just like a little thing. Okay, you can quit instantly. It makes a big deal at the arena. Is there, I think last time I tried the arena thing, you don't evade them anymore, do you? If you pull the arena. Now we're just pickpocketing for the powder. Give me a box. Hey, there's a box. I'll pick it once I finish this. Can you show your gear? The gear, I have it in the description as well. You can see my talents. You can see my PvP and my PvE spec. But it's combat daggers. Pretty simple build. Okay. Let me see. What do we have in store here? Essence of Agony. That's not vanishing powder. Okay, we already got these guys. It's probably going to take a while to get the powder, actually. I don't know if I want to call it or try and get a powder and do like one more run. I've been doing I've been farming Angerforge the last 3 hours on stream. I was doing it before then too, off stream. And I guess I'm going to keep doing it until I finally get it to drop. But kind of sucks. Alright, can we get a vanishing powder? No vanishing powder yet. What weapons do you use? I use Gut Gore, and then I'm using Scarlet Chris right now in the offhand, but I also use a Bone Scraper for raiding. Okay. Yeah, I do have the 6 set. Okay. Still nothing. Some people claim it's better than the normal pre-Abyss. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I think it's better. Bone Scraper for offhand? In raiding, yeah. But in PvP, I use the Scarlet Chris. Scarlet Chris I would recommend. Bone Scraper is a lot of work to farm. I would just get Scarlet Chris. It's like identical. Alright, well, we didn't get any blinding powder. Is there anything else? I could try and pick out these dudes real quick. We're getting further and further away from safety, though. I might just call it, to be honest. We don't have any more vanishing powder. I have a ton in the mailbox. We're not getting any from pickpocketing. We've been doing this for 3 hours. I think I'm going to take a break. But any last questions you can throw in there? I'll have my vanishing powder ready, though, for my next set of runs. I had it in the mailbox. I just forgot to get it. Let's see. Here's my flash powder. And 2 more decorated armors to the vendor. I feel like you don't have enough DPS to take him down before ads come. If you're full pre-Abyss, I feel like you should be able to do it if you just pop all your cooldowns. But if you don't have pre-Abyss, if you're not that close to it, then probably not. Send that off. Vendor, the boots. Will VOD be available? Yep, the VODs are available on Twitch. So if you want to see the VOD, go on Twitch. Would it be better to use 6-piece Shadowcraft with Devil Sword or 6-piece with IRN Cadaverous Chest? Devil Sword. Devil Sword, 6-set Shadowcraft. My dagger skill is 310, including the skill. What's the hit cap now? The soft hit cap is 6%. The 5.8% to be exact, but you can't get partial percents from gear. So 6% and then 25% for the hard cap. Shadow Panther versus Autos Pre-Bis versus Autos Pre-Bis stat weights. Have them all beating each other in one calc over the other. Star Wound, should we replace the Shadowcraft 6 set? So like right now I have 2 pieces of raid gear. I'm still using the Shadowcraft. I'll probably replace it once I get 2 more pieces of raid gear. And I'll either run... I can't run Devil Sword anymore because I have Aged Core Leather Gloves. So I'm going to wait for 2 more pieces, and then it will be 4-set Shadowcraft, 4 raid pieces. So I replaced the set. I mean, I'm still going to use the set probably for the 4-set. Maybe I could... It might be better to drop the 4-set and just completely bis depending on which slots, right? So, for example, if I still don't have a raid chest or raid bracers, then it's not even worth Shadowcraft, and I should just use individual items. But the 4-set is still very viable. It depends on the items. So, for example, the Shadowcraft bracers suck. The Shadowcraft chest sucks. So if those are your items you still have, you might not want to run the 4-set. However, if you have like the Shadowcraft legs, they're still decent. The boots are decent. The belt's decent. So The shoulders are good. So if those are the items you still have left remaining, the 4 set's still going to be good. All right, is there anything else we need here? Guess I can make some band-aids while I'm answering some final stuff, and then I'll call it. 6-piece Shadowcraft, worth it for daggers, PvP. Yep, I think Shadowcraft is good for PvP because of all the stamina you get from the gear. It's definitely better than like the hit gear that you get pre-raid. You think it's worth the grind, the rend, or just go Thrashblade Mirror Song? I would not grind Dal Rends if I were playing swords. I would just save up for Crawlblade, use Thrashblade Mirrors until then. Cameron accidentally got a Bone Scraper. Interesting. But yeah, I think I'm caught up. Yeah, sorry you had to ask the question twice, Kevin. I was missed it earlier. I see now that you asked it before. Let's see. Okay, worth grinding for Cadaver's armor, the chest. I would say you can fit it in while you're swapping out your gear. So like, I don't have a Cadaver's armor yet. I haven't gotten one, but I might farm one if I end up getting, like, let's say I get the belt from raid and I get like the gloves or the belt and the shoulders. Those are actually the best example. If I get raid shoulders and a raid belt, then I'll probably go ahead and replace Shadowcraft, get Cadaver's armor, get Bracers of the Eclipse. So that would be when I would use Cadaver's armor. I don't think it really matters if you're sword or not, whether you want Cadaver's armor. I think it's just you want the chest in some situations. I don't think it really matters if you're dagger or sword there. A comment is for Ivren, Shadowcraft versus Ungiven. So have them beating each other. Yeah, what do you mean by that, Rave? Which ones are beating which? So you're saying you don't think 2 upgrades equals 150 attack power? Well, depending on the upgrades, I think at that point I would. I'm not going to wait till like 8. Because yes, attack power is something, but what about the stamina? What about the resistance? And that's what I mentioned. If you have 4 good pieces, then you can replace it. But like if you have the bracers or something from raid, like those aren't good. The hands, the boots. Let me see, Mag. Would it be better to use 6-piece Shadowcraft with Devil Sword? Oh yeah. Devil Sword and Shadowcraft, Mag. Did I miss anything else? I think that was the one, right? Yeah, so for example, Rave, if I were to get shoulders and belt, I would replace Shadowcraft. It depends on the items though, because for example, the chest is a huge downgrade. I can go get a pre-raid chest. The bracers are a huge downgrade. I can go get I can get Cadaver's armor, I can get Bracers of the Eclipse, and I'll be better off. However, if you end up replacing a lot of these weaker pieces, like if I get a raid chest and I get like raid boots, then I would stick with the Shadowcraft. Okay. Sure, Iron is greater than Unforgiven / Shadowcraft and Shadow Panther, which we're agreement is a little wonky, but the stat ratios and autos change over time. Okay. As a dagger rogue, I actually put more time getting crit gear to up your backstab and ambush. Does really well in raids PvP. Yeah, I mean, crit's good, but there's also a point where attack power is better than crit, Rocky. So why don't you craft heavy bandages? I do both. Normally, I actually made too many regular band-aids. I wasn't paying attention, but I usually have both, and I use a heavy bandage when I need a big heal, a small bandage when I don't. So when I'm doing Angerforge, a lot of times I'll be at like 60% health. I don't need a full band-aid. I can save a rune cloth. But that's just because I'm bandaging so much because I'm spamming the runs that it actually ends up adding up to a lot of rune cloth over time. Okay, I'm going to vendor this. And I think I should be ready to go to do more more anger runs some other time. Okay, crit is actually less valuable as daggers, stat for stat, than swords. I mean, if what about Seal Fate? Right, Seal Fate kind of changes that. Should I? I'm pretty sure. I think crit's better for dagger than sword, doesn't it? I think that's what at least it's what Auto says. I think Auto says that crit is better for dagger than sword. All right. Well, I think that's it, guys. Yeah, combat. Yeah. So, but I think is Auto stat weights. Do they assume Seal Fate? Because I'm pretty sure Auto puts crit higher for the dagger rogue than it does for sword. What is it? Auto stat weights. Where's that guide? This is it. Oh, I found it. Let me see. Where does he put stat weights? Crit. I mean, it's a slight difference, but he does put it higher for dagger. Oh, it's lower for dagger. I see. Interesting. I see. I guess that's just for combat. I see. But then Seal Fate, it's better. Yeah, I got it. I got it, Rave. I saw it. The it's just Seal Fate. I'm thinking then that crit is better for daggers. But yeah, completely different. Yep. But that's it for me. I'm going to I don't know when I'll stream next. Probably maybe tomorrow. I might still be farming Anger. Hopefully not. Maybe I'll do something for the PvP launch. Tuesday, I'll be streaming Onyxia. Are mobs affected by Master Deception? Yes, they are. But thanks for watching, guys. Follow on Twitch if you want to keep up to date with the streams. And I'll see you guys later.